2001 was so sick.
It was different, man.
Yeah.
There were some lowlights.
Yeah, there was.
Master of disguise.
Yeah.
Dude, Ludwig? Dude, are you in the coov making it stink?
Hey man, no photos right now. Seriously,
Dude.
seriously. I can give you a kiss,
you're
but no
stinking
photos.
you stunk the
I can give you a
coov
kiss.
up
No
this-
photos, man, right now. Seriously, guys. Seriously, guys. I gotta get out of here.
And we're in the coov making it stink. That's what I've been saying all Uber.
All
here.
Uber, all walk.
Yeah.
It's already pretty stinky sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, we've been working hard.
We is a big word because he's been talking, and I'm usually the guy that wants to do things such as
And my
make it
Uber driver's
stink.
trying to have a nice night. He's trying to be quiet, but I'm saying we're in the coov making it stink in here.
Yeah.
We're stinking
Yeah.
up
So
the coov.
yucky.
It's not
Yeah.
good.
Let's
Well,
go.
And then you showed up and you look like that,
Okay.
which is crazy.
Well,
in front of our guests, in front of our friend.
How about we say hello to our guests instead of talking about how the coov stinks? Hello, Northernlion,
It
aka
stank
Ryan.
before you got here. I'm trying to absolve you a little bit.
Okay.
We
It
can't
did
even
stink a
take
bit.
credit for
Because I've
making
been
it
here for a
stink.
long time. So
I think Mike made it stink. I think Mike added a bit of stink to the coov after winning.
He made it stink like carne asada. Is this anything?
Yeah.
Anyway,
No.
Wow.
I showed up, or he showed
Oh.
up. He starts walking around this. We're in this apartment that we're not allowed to be filming in, and this motherfucker walks on his toes, boys. He is a bald, 35-year-old man,
36, yeah.
36-year-old man who walks on his toes. But he's your hero. So now what?
You're just Canadian autistic slime.
Yes, I think so.
Wow.
Why did you add
Except-
autistic?
Well, because the toe thing.
It's
I
just
did-
Canadian slime.
That's a misconception. I've done the Rads
I'm
on
not
test.
Canadian.
Yeah.
That says that I'm not Canadian. No, you did. You were telling us, sir, you did it. You got extremely low score, right?
Yeah, I don't get messed up by like.
Doing it
weird
like 10 times to get
textures.
the lowest score possible.
Yeah, I studied. Yeah.
Are we sure the test works? Because they both got really
Yeah,
low.
we got really low
and
scores.
look, I got really high. And I'm thinking maybe the test is backwards. Like maybe it's a golf.
Guy who spent literally 70 hours last week coding a Call of Duty 4 mod.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And
Yeah.
potentially
Yeah.
putting malware in the PC of our
Definitely
company.
putting some
Putting
malware on
some
some
malware on
PC.
them.
Yeah.
Our friend, professional Super Smash Bros. Melee player got hacked and was doing a crypto scam because he was fucking coding.
Well, we don't know if that's the reason. The PC is used by a lot of people in the office. It's like our guest computer.
Hey.
And I was downloading, a lot of different programs from 2011 from forums that
Made by
had,
13-year-olds.
that had media fire links. So the jury is still out. It could be
Could be
anything.
anything.
Could be
Could be
anything.
anything.
Do you have what we call a piggy PC at your house? It's for when the piggies come to use it. That's what he was using.
I think I use the piggy PC. Like my wife has like the RGB lights and the
Okay.
gamer case and stuff like that, and I just use like whatever I got.
Yeah, the slop duct tape machine.
Can I? Do your neighbors know you're streaming?
I think that they know that I do something weird at
Uh-huh.
least, because like the office that I'm in has a window just above eye level. Every couple of months they'll walk by doing some gardening and like peek in through the window, and I'm just like the veins are popping out of my forehead and I'm yelling at nothing.
There's a Joker on the screen, and you're going, "I am Adolf Hitler."
I do feel like I'm leading like a double life though. It's like as soon as I see them like on the weekends, it's like very domestic, very suburban.
I feel like you're not trying to bring it up. In my mind.
No. Well, I mean, I don't want to brag.
Well, brag. It's embarrassing, no?
Well, yes, exactly.
A little, yeah, I see. So what do you say?
They don't ask me about work. So maybe I'm living in like a neighborhood where he works in the mafia or something like
Okay.
that. So
Nobody wants
it's
any
like
questions
don't
asked.
ask, don't tell.
Don't ask questions in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I've been in that neighborhood. I know it is like that, low key.
What do you tell an Uber driver?
I go no conversation preferred on the app.
Wow, you beat it out. Wow.
I think I'm like a traitor to the cause. Yeah.
I had a social breakdown almost earlier because I had to call a guy to get in because I didn't have the key fob, and I didn't want to do that. It wasn't a breakdown, but I was just sitting outside of this building, and I like
Just looking at the security guard inside going, let me in.
well, but people would come in and out, and I'd be kind of like, and then they'd be like, well, what if they say no, and then I have to deal with
Wait,
that.
so people were coming in and out. You were too nervous to ask those people to hold the door open?
Yeah, because you're not allowed to be in here.
They won't open it for you.
And it's
Really?
like, it's like imagine the guy who opens it, and I try to get in. He's like, and he's like,
Yeah, I
And
stopped.
he's playing
me.
D on you?
Yeah.
and I don't want to do that anyway. It's there's not an option for that from my situation. So
Okay, I'm going to tell you. So this is one story you've heard of this man. Let me tell you another story. Just a couple days ago, we're at a coffee shop. Okay, and you're hearing all the
It's actually
social
yesterday.
anxieties riddled with. It's yesterday. Yeah, we're at a coffee shop yesterday, and the guy at the counter recognized me. He goes, "Are you Ludwig?" And I go, yeah, I am Ludwig. I forgot. And then Slime, hearing this, like 7 people in the store, goes, oh, you like Ludwig? Watch this. Turns, punches me in my stomach hard.
It was really
And
hard.
the guy just doesn't acknowledge that it happened. He just looks past it and goes, can I have a photo?
Yeah.
And this is the man who's sitting here being like, yeah, I couldn't ask him to open the door for me. I couldn't dare do that. That'd be too much.
It's different.
How?
Well,
How?
for one, you doubled over, which was really
And
funny.
look what happened.
I didn't do that.
No, you did this. The weight was
What
you.
am I looking at?
Just the whole stomach. Yeah, the whole. It's actually just
Oh,
bars.
it looks like bread.
It's just a large stomach is what you did.
Yeah, I punched him in the stomach and he goes, oh, which is really funny.
You're an object to them. You get punched and they're like, I want a photo now.
It was crazy.
It's
I
time
was
for
He
my
didn't ask for a
photo.
photo. Yeah, I just think he. Look, to be fair, I think if anyone got punched, he'd probably have the same reaction, which is, okay, so what was the order again?
It would have been crazy if you punched him, though.
Yeah,
That's the stories that guy would have told.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
Sorry in a fist fight.
I was saying it'd be crazy if the fan got involved. Like if he was like, watch this, and you punched him, and then the fan took a
Oh
shot.
yeah.
That'd be our new
He
best
gets
friend.
in to punch me?
Yeah, he gets a
Oh,
punch.
I thought he
in.
was going to come in and be like, leave him alone.
No.
Ludwig doesn't need this.
Beat the shit out of Ludwig experience. Yeah, I did that. Yeah, so what? I'm a fucking bum. So what?
It's not 8 Mile.
I just think that me and our new friend Northernlion are exactly the same.
Do you prefer Ryan in person in the real world? Or do you prefer for people to look at you and go Northernlion?
It's awkward because I never actually revealed my name, so you kind of just
You've never
screwed
revealed-
me real bad right
You've
there.
never revealed the Brian.
No, I don't really care. It's weird when people I know in real life call me Northernlion,
Yeah.
but I think it would be weird if someone I just met through streaming called me Ryan.
That's how I felt outside when I greeted you because to be honest, I didn't know your
You
first
had
name
a
until
dilemma.
right now.
Yeah, well, I guess you didn't.
I didn't have the dilemma, but I was like, is this awkward? Like I'm going outside, I'm meeting a grown man and saying like, hello, nice to meet you, Northernlion. Like
I have a theory about this. I think it's more about the syllables because there's nothing wrong with calling him Slime. We all think that's fine, and I think people naturally go Slime. It's not a person's name. But why does it feel so good?
what if I came out and I was like, what up, lion?
I would have to match your energy. I would be in a different spot right now.
And you'd be like, bisexual guy in weird jeans. And they're the worst app of all time.
Just immediately clocked.
I think you're onto something because I think people run with the NL.
That's true.
That's
Yeah.
hell.
Referentially
I
when
don't
you're not in
mind
the
that.
room.
Yeah, NL's okay.
Kind of.
It's a little weird. Like it's like someone's initials.
Yeah.
They're calling you LA. Oh, that's
It's
kind of good.
It's like
though.
the
I
initials
that.
of like a fake guy.
Yeah.
Which is the weirdest part. Yeah.
Do you think that Ludwig is like devoid of like a soul?
Well, I just met him.
It
But
doesn't
like
take long.
what you've known of him. And he shows up looking like fucking this.
Do you think when he says State Farm, he means it?
You're putting me on the spot, so I want to give you a little background. I've never seen the podcast before, so I thought I'd do some research on Reddit.
Mhm.
I go to your subreddit, and it's just 6'2", 185 guys.
That was a weird time to show up.
4% body fat.
We started building the army last week.
We asked for like the best in every category. So people are just like posting all their best stats. So there's just tall people coming in like, yo, I'm tall as hell. And then really rich people
Yeah.
coming in being like, I'm ripped as hell.
Yeah,
So I'm
and
just
some
kinda-
guy's like, I got 40 on the chimp test. And I was like, well, that's a lie.
That's amazing.
But yeah, it's
very good.
literally
It's
impossible.
incredible.
good.
Yeah.
And also,
believe.
yes, you count. Get in.
Yeah.
We like to call the podcast of champions. Because we
Okay,
often find
yeah.
ourselves getting messages from like professional gamers, sometimes athletes, like, oh, big fan of the show.
That's right.
This happened.
It
This
happened.
happens.
When does it happen?
The Olympic qualifying speed climber for the USA is a fan of the Yard
Okay.
podcast.
Oh, you think that's funny?
This happened. This doesn't happen. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. You want to go deeper in the bag?
Yeah.
You wanna go deeper in the bag?
We gotta go deeper in the
Magi,
bag.
SSBM. She gets pretty high placings.
Athletes.
She's
This is like I had sex in college, and I'm like, yeah, I have sex.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I had
Well,
sex.
now you're trying to big dick everybody here because Coco Goff is a Ludwig
Another
fan,
athlete.
so-
And not a yard viewer.
Come on.
Well,
Just
we
to
don't
be
know
clear.
that.
We don't know
she
that.
could be.
I'm pretty sure about
she
that.
could love our comedic stylings.
When the camera keeps going, she goes, "Yeah, Yard podcast. They have, the gay one, which is like take her to leave it, but the bald one."
Let's Play the Binding of Isaac. She's a big fan of that one.
So you haven't watched our show?
No, not
Okay,
at all.
because it's funny because people will send me stuff from your stream, and it's like, this is like exactly what you guys said, yesterday.
Yeah, we've
or
got
in the future.
We've heard through the grapevine that there's been episodes of our show that come out, and then very soon after on your stream, you say similar things.
You know what it is? I bet it's like the human centipede of like content regurgitation.
Right.
Like you guys come up with it.
Tastemakers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People in my audience are like second in line.
Right.
Then they type it in chat and I steal it.
Okay. This can make sense. But
So-
I think that doesn't give you enough credit because, like, honestly, where would you put yourself in that poop tube?
Yeah.
like
what part of the centipede do you want to be in?
Like,
I
how
think
many
I'd
times have
rather
you been
be
on
at the front.
If we
If
were
possible.
if it was just me and you.
I'd still rather be at the front.
Baby, there's no middle. Where do you want to
the
be?
human Ouroboros.
You think it matters, like, if you were in the human centipede? You think it matters if you're like 4th or like 90th?
I think so.
Would you rather be?
It's
You
definitely
really?
solid.
Low key,
Really?
it's
100%.
better. It's better to be like in the 80s than number 4.
That's what I'm thinking. If
Because
I'm
it's
4th,
been-
want to be 1 or like 97?
If
You
I'm
definitely
4th,
don't
I'm
wanna
getting
be-
like a LaCroix level taste of what the guy ate. I'm like, okay, there's corn.
One
But
is
once I'm 90, I'm like, oh, bile again.
one is definitely
Great.
the best.
Undoubtedly. Everyone
But
always
number
wants to be
I think number 2's the worst.
Okay,
from
like
there.
imagine you're not moving up 90 to 4. It's just not happening. What could happen is you go 90 to 89 to 88. And are you really down to get sewn and re-sewn on every time?
For the same
that's a
reason
good
that
point.
90 to 4 is not happening is why you want to be 4. That's the front of the Snowpiercer train.
I-
There is better food up there. You probably get more sunlight up there.
I don't
Closer
think
to the
it's-
TV.
Yeah, closer to the TV.
Yeah. The sports center playing on the wall.
just in the bag being like, whoa, clip.
It's not about social mobility because I think once you're there, you're stuck.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
no one's undoing the. Maybe if someone dies,
No,
you
no,
have
they
to.
sign- they 100%
the
signed
human
you up.
centipede is classically a caste system. You're
Yeah,
you're
it
locked
is.
there for
No,
life.
someone dies on 26. They're like, do we have 2? Groups of 2 for 26. And it's like,
Maybe a lottery. Do young men in love 69 with their butts?
what the fuck
Aiden?
are you? Yeah, please.
I've never thought about this.
I think they just
I'm
do
not-
it like
I'm
the
not
same
equipped to
way,
answer
The
this.
right?
same way.
Like,
You think so?
Why would they do it with their butt?
Because the butt is the hole.
So when you're doing a
Of the
69,
guy.
when you're doing a 69 with a woman,
Yes.
Yeah.
the butt is
Think
the
about
It's
all
also
the parts.
confusing.
There's a man
Why
in that
don't we
equation.
do it the butt way?
So get a little bit of context. You never listen. He's only ever done missionary,
I'm not only-
and
I
he's
just-
only ever researcher. He actually found out there's other positions last year.
I just like that best. Fucking jail me. Fucking put me in woke prison then. Because missionary's the best.
Is missionary in the Kama Sutra? Did they even bother?
page 1, right?
Here's
Is it page 1?
Yeah.
It's
That's
page
the
one.
acknowledgements.
It's,
Yeah.
it's like prologue. There were many positions we did not include, but would love to give honorable mentions to.
That's what I always get put on trial here, and it's not fair. And you probably get the same thing because we're exactly the same.
Because I'm married. Yeah.
He actually treats you different though, because like Slime doesn't know a lot about YouTubers or Twitch streamers, but he's very willing to threaten the life or wish death upon all of them. You know,
Yeah.
Not true.
You've
Often
never seen a
immediately.
Mr. Beast video, correct?
I've seen a couple, but like not by
I think I
choice.
saw an old clip where you said, I've never seen a Mr. Beast video. So maybe since then you've seen
I
some.
lie a lot.
Oh, okay. Sure,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's fun.
No,
It's
it's,
fun
the
to
best.
do.
Lying is,
I fucking
lying is
lie.
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm having a good time. But I want to say he always wishes death, but upon you, he talked about you good. And you put him in a different bucket of slop in this world.
Well, okay. I mean, there's a couple things going on. One, I think we just have similar sense of humor, but also it's like
It's the BJ scene. Just say
it's-
what it is.
I talked about this. Literally, I talked about this before you got
Yeah.
here. The swordfish blowjob scene in the movie Swordfish with John Travolta and Hugh Jackman. It's funny because like I bring this up as like you should just know this to my friends, right? But a lot of my friends are younger than me. Like
He acts like this
Point
is
in
a
my life.
cultural touchstone.
I think if you were born in like 1987 and 1990, it was kind of, you remember where you were.
It was like your guys' 9/11.
Yeah.
No,
But they
it was
also had
9/11.
that. They also had that. That was like the sequel.
But I find myself often kind of, I was saying earlier, like on a media island. Not that I'm like a huge movie head, but it's like when Swordfish came out and I was like 11 or whatever, it was just what everyone watched. And it was on TV, and then everyone just kind of gets that. But now it's different, and I miss that. Also, I don't watch your stuff like raw. I get sent like clips.
Yeah.
And also, Librarian does a lot of work. Obviously, the best publicist of all time. And so that's how I like intake Northernlion.
Do you worry the Librarian has a missile that is ready to launch and hit your home?
No. But that would be bad if it were to happen.
I wouldn't like it.
If it happened, I wouldn't like it.
Have you met the librarian?
No, I think I'm just very lucky. Like, we're two independent entities, both just doing what we do.
It's just crazy to call you guys independent.
I stay out of his lane. And
Their name is Librarian. You're very. The lanes are very close. Very close lanes.
Parallel though.
Yeah,
They're intersecting.
exactly.
The Librarian walking into their editing bay, like flicking a bag of your blood and being like, yeah, okay, yeah, we're just separate entities. me and Rye. Real name Davis
There's
Clark.
a man that's coming to life in his basement.
Do you ever just pass out and wake up somewhere?
That's been known to happen, but I'm getting up there. But you were talking about the swordfish scene.
Yeah, basically, I tried to use it as like it's just like that scene, and then it's like this language that I feel like no one else speaks in the room, and then you have to explain it, and then that sucks. But you have also talked about that scene in the same way of like just using it as a reference, and that makes me feel comfortable. 'Cause that's what happens when you're
It's just a
raised
guy
on,
getting blowy.
when you're raised on media.
It's not just
not.
that.
It's not just that.
You
It is
can
more.
use it as it's a metaphor for any high pressure situation. Because
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman has been taken. He's probably explained it before, I imagine.
I've
Maybe
never
we can
heard this.
revisit it.
Well, you watched it, but it was 4 years ago, and you're a child, so
I watched
Right.
it.
I showed
On
it
the
to you.
podcast.
This is what I have to do.
And it's called a TV.
And yeah, and then Hugh Jackman says "chicken jockey," and he fucking busts out.
That's the best part.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman is getting he's has to hack a computer government in 1 minute. He's
It's the Department of Defense, brother.
like, yes, it is. It's a federal website,
Yes.
and he says, I can't touch that.
Not to the website, to the keyboard. Because he's so dangerous when he touches the keys.
Yeah.
He's
also,
electric with it.
dude, when
Yeah.
he's golfing on top of the RV in the desert, I was like, I want to live like that. Halle Berry's like, you missed your shot, and he's like, yeah, well, you're fucking up my chi, and I'm like, that's so cool. That's so cool.
2001 was so sick.
It was different,
well.
man.
Yeah.
There were some lowlights.
Yeah, there was.
Master of Disguise.
Fuck the turtle shit,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
Go
Okay,
back to the piano
glib.
thing.
You're known for knowing stuff.
Yeah, what is that?
Do you have to like keep up?
What is that all about?
I think I had like a lot of internet access during the years where my brain was still developing.
Yeah.
So I would just like surf the web. Be like, what's coming out this weekend?
Sorry.
RottenTomatoes.com.
I'm laughing on the sense I would surf the web.
He surf?
You weren't there.
I wasn't.
I was in elementary school. We did a musical play about the internet. And
Yuck.
I know, it sucked. And one of the choreographed
Oh,
moves
imagine getting to be like a virus.
that are,
That'd be a
we
sick
didn't have
role.
virus. It was more a positive thing. But like Mr. Gibson, my PE teacher, he
I'm
had
born.
he had
Kicks
us.
out the door.
We
I'm
had-
Mr. Gibson. I'm born now.
Little Jimmy does the best
We
porn.
had to literally surf the web holding invisible mice in front of our hands, and that was the choreography.
That's sick.
And that was, and then the next year was Carmen Sandiego, and that's the kind of shit that just like I hit the tail end of, and you didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I would have made a much better play about the internet.
I didn't make the play.
We
I
would
just
be
got
DDoSing
cast.
the government. There'd be porn in every scene.
It would actually be the Hugh Jackman blowjob scene.
Addictinggames.com.
Yeah.
would be there.
Browsing Wikipedia.
The teachers put on Swordfish, the musical. Did you pick that up when you walked in? I was in my underwear. So.
when I saw the luggage that you guys were
was.
bringing, yeah.
Oh,
I was
dude.
like,
Can you please
Can you
show
grab
us
your luggage?
Your luggage?
yeah, fine.
you're not gonna believe this.
I think there's something magical about how he flies. He insists to fly first class.
It's not like a
he
bit.
insists. And
Okay. The few details I want to point out. Can we get a scent check? Did you get a scented bag?
No, it's unscented.
Okay,
The scented ones are worse for traveling.
Unscented bag, probably less expensive.
When you open up the cabin, it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
So what's happening down here?
I got
Sounds like
a,
chores.
this is the MacBook Slime got me actually. It's poking out.
Yeah,
It's,
so you chose to bottom pack that. Can you give me some insight
sharp
into that?
edges.
Oh no, it leaves a good base.
There's no bottom packing with the trash bag.
There absolutely is.
No.
Look where you're holding it from.
You just kind of jumble it in, and it all make. I put the clothes in first to be clear, It just mixes.
Oh,
Is that the beauty of the trash
pulling a
bag? Is it
random
just kind of
item.
falls to where it needs to be?
Jeans.
Gene.
I just want to pull something random.
Yeah, I got
So,
some
yeah.
fun stuff in there.
So Northernlion comes into this apartment. It's almost the top story of a Vancouver high rise. I'm in my underwear because my jeans got wet. They're still wet. Aiden is.
You walk
wearing-
into this?
I walked into this. Yeah.
Jesus.
He was greeted by Aiden wearing those fucking pants.
I'm
And then
sorry.
Nick is attaching a bed. We cut a bed sheet and had to put it as a bounce.
We cut a hole in the Airbnb's bed sheet.
And then I'm the guy who says, sorry, I'm late with the trash bag.
I think you guys are well dressed, and I'm just happy you're here. The trash bag is crazy, though. Don't you like freak out when they hit the gas on the airplane and all the shit goes to the back of the overhead bin?
No, it was-
That
it's
all
actually
gonna,
one of
like
the-
shatter or something.
It's one of the beautiful things about the trash bag is it's gonna stay inside. Like I give it a little tie.
Yeah,
And
but there's like no cushion or zipper.
nah,
or
you don't need
anything.
all that. You don't
Yeah,
need all that.
I guess if
Alright.
you're always clutching it, they
Comes in
can't.
with built-in
it's
time.
also not a beautiful thing about a trash bag. This is a beautiful thing about luggage, maybe.
The thing about luggage
That it all
is
stays inside?
I could not have used the luggage coming here because I had my motorcycle helmet in that, and you can't get a suitcase that fits a motorcycle helmet.
How did you carry it on the bike?
That's honestly.
No, you did not.
That's
Be
honestly
honest.
a good point.
And I'm like this.
He honestly just made a good point that you
That's
can't
so
fit the
Dumb and
helmet in the
Dumber.
luggage. What are you gonna do?
I can't fit the helmet in the luggage.
You could strap it to the
You
luggage.
could just
I guess.
hold the helmet.
But that's less convenient than a bag.
Look, my shit is awesome, and you guys are jealous. The only bad thing about it is when exiting the airport, I got some judgmental questions
Yeah.
from CBS,
You got shaken.
CBSA.
CBSA.
Yeah.
What does that stand for?
It's the Canadian Bureau of Stopping Terrorism. Errorism is what they call it.
Errorism.
Yeah,
That's in the
errorism.
sky.
That's good. They're clever here.
They are smart. Yeah, they stop me and they go, it's in the trash bag. And I was like, it's all my stuff. And he's like, that's a weird choice. I was like, yeah. He's
Yes, yeah, I also got grilled in the airport, which I wanted to talk about because we were going through. The lines are very gray about whether or not we're here working, and because you can't just come.
I think
here.
that you think they're gray.
They're very black and white. We are breaking the law.
So the
and I didn't know this. In
law-
case this ends up in evidence somewhere, I didn't know this until I got
Yeah,
here.
yeah, we
so-
abducted this man.
Yes.
He was getting a slice
There
of
was
pizza.
a part of me that thought,
You
I'm
paid
just
us-
going to this random apartment that somebody sent me on
Yeah, the
Discord.
directions
Like,
were
yeah.
sketchy. And you're like, cool, glad you guys are here.
I was like, I'm going to walk in here and it's like, I'm never going to be seen again.
And it is a man in his underwear who could be ready to harvest a liver.
Yeah.
I sent you my W-9, so you can pay me.
you
whenever
sent me a
you'd like.
picture of a dog wearing glasses.
yeah, that's my W-9. It's a little bit of a.
After Doge, it changed.
It's like a
in
cicada,
America.
a cicada
okay.
puzzle. You have to find it in the metadata. Well, okay, so I'm in the airport, and so this guy goes through, and he's like, "Yeah, you're clear. Yeah, great." He goes through. He's like, "Bald, sure, fine. We're fine with that." I go up to the guy, and he goes, "So why are you here?" And I'm like, "Oh, just visiting a friend." And that was my crucial mistake, is I said visiting a friend, not said here with friends. This was my crucial mistake. He goes, "Who's your friend?" And now I'm like, well, I don't know if I want to say.
You wouldn't know him.
I don't know if I want to say like, yeah,
You wouldn't
that's
know.
actually fine.
He hangs out in
That's-
circles you don't hang out with.
That's I've been out class actually. Well, that'd be
You sent a
fire.
screenshot of the high rise.
You wouldn't know. It's true, you wouldn't. I didn't want to say like Northernlion, like a streamer, because it's just a big. If in my head in the moment, again, I'm not thinking like
I don't wanna
clearest
say
mind.
that
I'm being pressured. I'm like, oh, it's just a online friend. And he goes, oh, you met them online. Where online did you meet them? And at this point, his tone is like very like he's trying to grill me. He's not being nice. And I'm like, I met him on. I'm like, you know the website Twitch? And he's like, I know Twitch. How do you meet someone on Twitch? It's not really a website you meet people. And I was like, I was just in his chat. And he's like, you met in his chat? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, that's weird. I feel like people don't usually meet in chat. I'm like, oh no, it's popular. It happens all the time. We met, Discord after. So and he's like, how many times have you met him in person? And I'm like, first time actually. It's kind of a big deal. I went first time actually. He's like,
Idiot.
oh, first time. And I'm so deep.
These
now.
are all QuickTime events.
Yeah, I'm
You're
so
failing everyone.
I'm answering immediately.
Every quick time
My
event
only
you're
saving
taking the-
grace is that I'm not taking any time to think. And so I'm like, yeah, no, my first time meeting him actually. And he goes, first time, wow. Or he's like, so what does he stream on Twitch? And I was like, Pokemon. And he's like, Pokemon, what's his name on Twitch? And the first thing I thought of was, Twisty. And I'm like, he's like, so he literally said, he goes, Twisty. And I'm like, yeah, Twisty. And he's like, huh? And he starts looking through my passport like there's info in there that he hasn't already seen. He's
Find the picture of Twisty.
It's a stick drawing of you guys.
and he's like, so and he goes back. He goes, so Twisty's the chatter or you're the chatter? And I'm like, I was the chatter. He goes, oh, he's the streamer. And I'm like, Twisty's the streamer. And he's like, right. I think he's 100% aware I'm lying, honestly. And
really, it's not a long time.
but I'm just answering so quickly.
Yeah.
So I can't remember where it went from there, but he asked me a few more questions, and then he's like, so you've never been here before? Is your first time? Yeah. And he's like, okay. And he hands me back the passport, and I make it through.
Yeah. And he's like, be careful. This Twisty guy sounds a little weird.
This Twisty guy's not real.
Also,
so.
he faked his Nuzlocke, so I know this.
The same thing happened to me, and I think it's a good protocol. Because I think the protocol is basically if someone has met someone online and they're coming here, vet it.
Yeah.
Because you could meet someone online and it's like, yeah, I'm supposed to marry this person I met online. We never met in person.
Or something.
Yeah, you're being trafficked or whatever. Because I did the same thing. I went through, they said, what are you here for? I said, I'm just visiting friends, which I don't know why. I think I should not have lied.
Yeah. I'm now realizing
you
that.
default lied?
I default lied. Yeah. He was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm visiting friends.
That's fine.
Yeah, but
you are here. Yeah.
I went through and I said visiting friends, and then they go, oh, where'd you meet? And I went online, and then I could tell the tone switch. He went, ooh. And then I go, but I stopped it because I go, we met before. And then he was like, oh, okay, that's great. And then he let me through.
I like that.
And I lied because I never met you a damn day in my life.
That's true.
But I shaved my head bald and I feel like I made it closer.
Yeah, he asked me how many viewers Twisty had. I said 5.
That's funny to ask how many viewers.
That's so dog to Twisty,
and
bro.
then he goes, wow, 5 people, small stream. And I'm like, early adopter.
50K, he just noticed me. My chats were really funny.
I'm meeting Kai Sinat in Vancouver.
I can feel myself inside the YouTube video right now, and they're saying let Northernlion talk. So figure time to bring you back in.
Did you?
Gay son thought daughter.
I've had the question many times in chat. Did you guys invent this? Is this one that I stole from you?
No.
accidentally?
Yeah. This one,
Yep.
you wouldn't believe it, but
Thank
we
you.
thought this up.
Was us.
When he shaved his head, did you feel a spiritual connection, or is he LARPing?
He started talking about stuff that I thought was fucking real. He was saying stuff like it's harder to be bald than it is to have hair. And I was like, nobody else is saying it. When we say it, they don't believe it.
They don't listen,
They don't believe it.
bro. They don't listen.
And you know what you're also right about is balding is worse than being bald.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's also
Don't fucking chime in.
Oh, it's just
Don't
terrible.
fucking chime in.
finally we're the cool kids.
The thought,
know, right?
I'm nauseous.
You
here.
got enough hair for the room. Okay, you're beating all of us.
All right, let me ask your tech. Is it I use Gillette Fusion 5, the 5-blade razor, the good ass one. Okay.
Right, yeah.
What do you do?
Just an electric trimmer.
No way.
Yeah.
You
It's so
sloppy
close.
bitch.
I just don't have a lot of hair. I think is what it comes down to. I used to use the one that was like a race car.
The race car sucks.
The head blade.
Yeah, I didn't like that one,
They
but
got-
it was fun to use. It was also expensive.
You shaving your head with race cars?
Yeah,
Yeah, they had wheels.
We're talking.
Now this is an adult toy.
That is an adult toy.
This
Yeah.
is a toy for adults.
Yeah. It's when did you start losing it?
I remember like the first day I moved into my dorm in university. So I'm meeting my roommate for the first time.
Flashback, you have long.
Like, horse grease on you.
You ever see Swordfish?
I just saw swordfish far out.
I wish. Right? He was putting up. I swear this is true. He was putting up a poster of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Oh my god.
This is like
That's
September 2006, and I was like, "Oh, that's
And y'all
not
are
gonna
philosophers
play.
country.
Philosopher's
Yeah,
Stone, baby.
Philosopher's
Philosopher's Stone.
And so I knew his name because we like emailed on the university website or whatever. And I was like, "Hey, I'm Ryan," and he was like, "Hey, oh, you're losing your hair."
No way.
For real. Yeah.
That's
That's
crazy,
awesome.
And
bro.
I was like, "Nah, I just like it's always been thin." And I was like born with a widow's peak. Yeah. And then like a year after, so I was 17 at that time. And then I shaved it off at like 19.
damn, that's early.
You
Yeah.
deny it for a little bit, and then you catch yourself in like a shop window or something on a windy day, and you're like, maybe
Dude,
there's
when
something
it blows
to that.
up.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then you're like,
Did you become lifelong friends with that roommate after?
We lived together for a while. He's an interesting guy for sure.
How did he turn out?
Really well.
Not bald?
Not bald.
Oh,
He's
son
got
of
a
a
lot
bitch.
of. Well, actually, no. I think he actually is bald.
It's
now.
catching
Now
up.
that I think about
Fucking
it.
good.
Yeah.
You should send him a text.
Be vindictive.
I don't have his number, unfortunately. He's a nice guy. If he's watching this, it's been a while.
And you're balding.
Do you get people reaching out from like your youth and stuff, being like, "Damn, I saw you saying something funny in a coin dozer amusement park simulator clip."
I did. It's a weird bit, but I had someone in my chat that was typing like all caps. It was like, "We sat next to each other in the 8th grade. I was in your class in the 8th grade." This went on for like a couple days, and then I didn't hear from them for a while. So I went and I /user their username so I can see everything they've ever written. And there was like 100 messages of that, and then like 5 messages where they were just starting to type jokes. And I was like, they've been perfectly assimilated in the chat environment.
Yeah.
I didn't know you. I didn't know you.
Yeah, just terraforming the chatters.
There is nowhere to go from that. So like I said, actually, in the 8th grade, I was like, hell yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Mrs. Rubistan.
How
It was
like
caps.
20
He definitely
years.
didn't ignore it.
I got I told this story on the pod before, but I got 9/11 spoiled for me by a person
By the
in my-
Taliban.
But
right?
no, it was by Lauren. Her name was Lauren in class. Basically, we all got shuffled into homeroom, and Mr. Donahue, it's like this very grave atmosphere. We don't know what's going on because we don't have like phones and shit. And he's about to speak, and Lauren raises her hand, and she was actually a grade ahead, so she was a year younger than everyone. And she said, "Mr. Donahue, did terrorists attack the World Trade Center?" And Mr. Donahue, his great moment at this story, he's like, "Yes."
And the crazy thing is, Lauren's been asking that every day for like months. It's just the first time it hit.
It's like one of those accounts like, is the Minecraft movie out yet?
Finally, yes. Wait, so what was what was it like for you?
Well, I'm in Canada. So
So you were sleeping?
we were like out at recess, and I remember we lined up to go back into the school, and the teachers started talking, and it was like something was not right. And then they had a Mr. Donahue moment where someone with actual like authority was able to break the news to us a little bit more appropriately,
Yeah.
and
Did the
without
girl-
stealing the spotlight.
Did the girl in your class do it with a phone? Is that how she found out?
I don't fucking know.
They didn't have phone back then.
We
Come
didn't
on,
have
bro.
phones.
2001.
Oh my god! I just didn't even think about it. I was just thinking about him because
Yeah.
how would she know as a student?
Well, are you talking about Lauren Bin Laden?
I actually reached out to her on Facebook like years ago after we did this, and I told that story, and I asked her if she remembered, and she's like, "I do not remember, but that is funny." And she's like an engineer now. So. Go figure.
Interesting. Engineer. Where?
She works on-
she works on
Lockheed
planes.
Martin.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, did school even get closed out for that? For Canadians? I feel
Not
like
here, no.
Yeah.
We rode out the day. And then like
Canadians struck it out.
I couldn't sleep that night because I was like worried that the Taliban was going to crash like an airplane into my house.
Yeah.
They didn't even do it. They didn't even do that.
Well, is it that kind of show?
Wait, let's go back to the 80s. Dude, I was just a couple of Canadian. I was 4, so I wasn't even in school, and I remember seeing it on the TV and like my parents talking about it. But it didn't really register. You're just like looking at a CRT TV with like 2 buildings burning on
Yeah, I
it.
remember like yesterday. I had shit in my pants. I was drooling all over myself.
Dude, watching 2 Canadians talk to each other, it's like it's just 2 dogs in the park that know exactly.
This is like my country that you're in, and you're insulting us.
I'm not insulting. Dogs are beautiful and
Call
awesome.
us dogs.
You people are like dogs, if that makes sense.
You started talking about different provinces and etc.
Why do you say it like that?
That's how they say. I'm
What?
trying to.
We gave each other
This
a
is
sniff
provinces.
downstairs. Yeah, what's wrong with that? The classic Canadian ingredient. I see you're from Ontario originally.
Yeah.
This is a normal thing. It happens for Americans too. Like a New Englander. You'll be like, oh, I'm from New Hampshire. They'll be like, oh, I'm from Connecticut. And then you'll find the one place you've both been to. And then you'll be like, ah.
Yeah.
And then it ends. So it's like, it's just a ramp up to hopefully another conversation, a gateway, if you will.
Do you think you could be best friends with that man?
I don't see why not.
That's a good answer.
Mhm.
Do you really not see why not? 'Cause I feel like you could either it's
You
yes
guys are roasting his pants. I think they're pretty good.
They are
No,
pretty cool.
they are.
I think they're cool.
Thank you. Picked
got
them
cool
out
pants.
myself.
Who is your best friend in the whole world?
My wife.
okay.
It's
That's
not your
awesome.
daughter?
Shit.
Oh.
Interesting.
You can't have two best friends. And my daughter's not going to watch this, but my wife might watch this.
Yeah.
I just know my wife longer, to be honest.
You said you took her to Minecraft. It's funny because I when I saw Minecraft, I saw it in a very like a bougie like luxury theater that it's very quiet. It's mostly adults. So when Chicken Jockey happened, it was just that's funny.
They snapped.
Yeah. But
Really?
for you, it was a madhouse. You said.
Oh, it was crazy. But They Snapped was really good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
They freaked out at your theater?
Yeah, it wasn't quite like popcorn, garbage bags and stuff like that. But it was like, it was loud.
Dude, the
Yeah.
reports I'm getting of a friend of a friend, she called and told me about her experience at the movie because she just knows we do the podcast. And her showing was so rowdy in the first 15 minutes that they shut down the movie. Like they didn't get to watch
Before
it.
Chicken Jockey have happened.
Before Chicken Jockey even got to happen, they
Dude,
refunded
Chicken Jockey
everybody.
80% has been labbed to the smallest amount of time possible. You really go in, it's just like gun, it's like, all right, yeah, 0.1. You rented the Minecraft movie.
It was like a group. There was like a group of 40 like teenage boys that came in, and they're like walking around the theater. They're being rowdy, and then a couple of them started ripping the N-word, so they just shut the whole movie down.
At the Minecraft movie?
At the Minecraft movie. Whoa!
Damn, that you know what? That's evil. We were talking about like movie experiences because it's hard to go, obviously, if you have a kid, and also people just don't like going. But I remember I saw when Star Wars came out again, the Force Awakens, right? And I saw it like 2 weeks after it came out, and I'm going on there on a date. And there's like 5 people in the theater, and the credits scroll in the beginning starts rolling, and there's one guy behind us, like, woo, and like no one cares, but like we've done this already. What do you? And then he's like, there's like a pause. He's like, waited my whole life for this. And it was insane.
This is how Ludwig is.
Yes, that is true.
No,
Don't go to the
put that
movies
on
with
me.
Ludwig.
Don't put that on me.
You're like the guy who tries to make a joke in the trailers so that everyone in the audience knows you're like the
Yes,
comedian.
you did this at Sinners.
Yes.
Dude, a trailer played at Sinners, and he leans over and loud whispers to me. He goes, "Yeah, we should see that. That looks good. We should see that."
Yeah, I like acting like an annoying prick in the theater. And after every trailer, I go, no.
And he has a laugh he only uses in movies.
I fucking hate
So
the
we
movie
saw
laugh.
we saw Sinners, and like one of the characters falls from a balcony. He goes,
We saw A Quiet Place
Have you
8
seen Sinners?
years ago, and something happened. It's not a funny movie. Like, it's the worst, bro.
I laugh when I think things are funny. Is that an unhuman behavior?
Oh, man. I saw Jojo Rabbit in the movie theater that's just behind us with the clock on the ceiling.
Yeah,
by
the
the way,
clock.
that I did not see. And the dude behind us, I swear to God, 15 minutes left in the movie, just started beating off.
No.
Yeah.
At Jojo
At
Rabbit?
Jojo Rabbit.
Dude, what?
That movie has Hitler and a kid.
It's probably when Hitler's on the screen.
Dude, that's crazy. What happened?
"There's
Michael
really
did the
no
same shit.
appropriate time."
We just waited till the end and then left.
You just gotta ride it out.
Yeah, man.
Turning around like, shh.
It's, instead of like in the beginning, it shows the Coke and like the little snacks walking. Just please silence your meat.
It's like CeraVe. It's like a
No.
lotion.
Trying to get you to buy shit from the
That's what
concession.
took out Pee Wee Herman.
It didn't take him out.
That's not how he died.
Low key, kind of was.
Maybe the beginning of the end.
It certainly wasn't the start.
Look, if a man,
They didn't give him a deal after it.
if Cherry the Chair comes from a man's mind, you know he's probably beating off in a movie theater. Wasn't it like a porn theater? Wasn't it all on the level?
That's the thing. Like,
But you're not
same with
supposed to-
Fred Willard.
Who's that?
He's the older guy from Best in Show. He was Phil's dad on Modern Family.
Okay.
But you're not supposed to beat off in them.
Oh, I'm not supposed to beat off in the porn theater.
But it's
okay,
like,
what's next?
What the fuck are
Wait,
you
you
supposed to
can't beat
do?
off in the porn theater?
No, you're not supposed. People do
Okay,
beat
I
off in the
shouldn't
porn
get
theater.
wet
but
at the
you're not
water
sup-
park, I guess, now either. what else shouldn't we do?
This is different.
It's like when they
Let's
tell
just
you
sunbathe.
not to go in the hot tub if you have diarrhea. You're
Yes.
like, I'm on vacation.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and get a hot tub. Or on your period.
Were you guys ever told that?
Why did you?
It's a long story. Yeah, there's context.
There's context missing.
Yeah, we all just learned what that was. So we're on the
yeah,
period
Yeah,
thing
we did
now.
whine about it. We
Don't
learned about
spoil it.
I taught them about female anatomy.
The
this
Diva
week,
Cup
you know.
goes crazy when you get to that chapter.
Did you know what that was?
Do you know about Diva
Bro,
Cups?
that is crazy.
I knew that. Wait, were you the only one who didn't know?
Really?
I did not know about a Diva Cup. I
Wait,
won't.
you didn't know about Diva Cups before this week?
No.
Not
definitely
as a
not.
point, not as a point
Definitely
of
not.
pride. I just didn't know what it was like that.
I've known so much about tampons, though. I want to say.
I put it on like a little hat.
He did wear like a hat.
I wore it like a little
It
hat.
was like a birthday party.
Like a new one.
The new one, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So, okay,
the old
you-
ones are
There's an
vintage.
old
They're hard to
version?
come by.
Is it more square?
Used versions.
Yeah.
They used to make them out of tungsten.
Yeah, I was trying to write a bill to get him back.
So you're known for knowing stuff. Do you have to keep up on knowing stuff? Is that like a pressure?
I think I stopped like learning new stuff as quickly as it exits my brain.
You were grinding movies though.
No, but
I've been watching a lot of movies.
you're up
That's
to
true.
date, man. Like you'll pull out you'll talk about like phase banks. When
I
some
know a
shit
little bit
happens.
about. He was glazing net spend with a gap behind.
The
him.
gap
Yeah,
behind,
I
of
know
course.
that.
This all happened. There's photo evidence. Yeah.
Yeah, you say shit 36-year-olds aren't supposed to say.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's in a way, it's the charm.
I feel like it's kind of interesting. Like I might be the only 36-year-old. You know, I like when you're. Well, that's obviously false because you're almost there.
I
But,
am. I'm
yeah.
35 tomorrow.
Oh, you're not as close as I thought. Never mind. I'm not gonna age you before your time.
Oh, please.
I think like when you're like 25 or when I was 25, I didn't know anything about like 36-year-olds. I knew my parents who were like in their 50s and then my friends who were all like 25. So I think I have like an obligation or a responsibility for my chat to be like a cool 36-year-old. To be like, hey, you might have a blind spot for what people this age are like.
So you're in a way like what they have to look forward. This is what a 36-year-old be like when
Could
you
be,
when you
yeah,
hang out
yeah.
with one or become
Yeah,
one.
you could be
Yeah.
like, have fun playing games, have a cool family, be normal, be funny.
But there's a
and
line.
still talk about how he glazed Netspend.
Yeah.
You
There's
can
a-
do it all.
There's a
You can do
line
it.
where you cross though, and then you become brain rot 36-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know about Beanos?
I don't know.
Okay.
Are you just at like the children's birthday party and then like Susie's like the game last night and you're like you disgusting normie fuck.
No. I'm like, I think that I kind of annoy like the other parents that they have kids in my daughter's school because I'm like, everybody that I know is a streamer and I don't want to ask them anything because I already know. But then they'll be like, I work at the bank. And I'm like, oh, shit. What's that like?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
it is.
And
Right?
now
Because
you're
like, who
locked
else
in.
are you going to talk to about the bank?
Yeah.
And there's a kind of a fun in that. You do get kind of insulated. Like Ludwig had a relationship with an older man from Taiwan.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
And it was his name
sexually driven mostly.
But
it was
Nah,
beautiful.
yeah.
It's true.
It was
His name-
beautiful.
His
I
name
would
was
like to give-
Sunla. And
No, it's not.
Sunla.
Tsunla.
It's a
tonal
Tonal
language.
language.
And but it was this old guy that Ludwig just weirdly went on hikes with. And we all made fun of him for it, but truly we understood later on that he just wanted someone that was like out of the matrix of all this shit, right? How is he doing?
Tsunla. I haven't talked to him since New Year,
You said
but
Happy
he had a
New
good
Chinese
New
New
Year.
Year?
Chinese New Year?
No,
Yeah.
no, American one. He's
No,
Taiwanese people.
That's a long
Yeah.
time.
That's, well, it's not just in
He's-
China. It's the big Lunar New Year.
Koreans,
They don't
Japanese,
do all
they
that.
celebrate it.
They don't do
Huge
all
day.
that.
It's more talking about the mainland position of, you know.
But yeah,
But he has a sponsored thing, right? So
State Farm thinks it's part of the mainland.
I met him because I used to go to a park at sunset and stretch, and then he would also do that because it's apparently an activity generally held for
and
60
then you're
plus
like,
year olds.
well, I'm stretching, you're stretching. Why don't we stretch each other out?
And Lud shows up in brand new Lululemons with the tag still on. Like, yeah, stretching. That's what I usually
I
do
got my
this morning.
trash bag. He told me about suitcases. I'd go to him for Sage Wisdom. And it's way more fun to talk to him for sure than a streamer because he lives such a different life.
Yeah.
So you stream 4 hours, whatever it is. You stream,
Yeah.
you get offline. What time is it?
2.
2? Okay, it's
Yeah.
2 p.m. And then you what now?
Uh,
Walk me through it.
I eat. I might record like a couple.
You cooking at home?
Yeah.
Okay.
My wife cooks. I cook.
Mhm.
We order in now and then.
Mhm.
We're eating a lot. Like
Normal
every
diet,
day.
no vegan,
You
no.
eat every day.
I eat every day.
All
yeah.
you do is
You give me
eat, bro.
vegetarian vibe.
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
Why?
I don't know what it is.
It's the baldness. You
yeah,
know,
it's
like,
definitely that.
It's always some shit.
It's definitely
Yeah.
he's
It's always
definitely a
some
meat.
shit.
He gives
Yeah.
meat eater vibes.
Yeah.
He used to be hella buff vibes.
There was
Could you bench 225 at one point?
225. My bench was pretty bad.
What were
I
you
could
squat?
squat,
Your
I could
leg
squat
guy?
like 400.
That's insane.
go.
Yeah.
Oh my
Damn.
God.
That's insane.
We
Like
talked.
that.
It's a calf buff from
Yeah,
walking
yeah.
on your toes.
Like,
You just can't
it's
go
true.
as low typically.
It's not saying it's
Also,
true.
yeah.
Don't
you
defend
can't go
it.
as low, but your calves get fucking juicy.
I don't know if you're the exact same, but like sometimes people will be like, bend your knees. I can only bend them like, I don't know, like 5 degrees or 10 degrees.
Wait,
no,
wait.
well, it hurt. Like this is excruciating.
Yeah?
But yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I can like do
Excruciating
that,
is
but
great.
like
Like straightening your
feel it.
leg?
yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
the
you feel
calf
it in your
muscle is
calf.
stretching, and it's
Whoa.
usually contracted because you're on your toes.
Do you not feel that?
I feel it, but not like excruciating.
Wait,
No,
feel
I
what?
barely
It's-
feel it.
It's heavy.
What are you talking about?
Do you have high arches
What's that?
too?
You do this, straighten
don't
your
know,
leg, and you
actually.
feel it in your
I
calf.
get called. Yeah,
We're
it's big
doing it
stretch.
for free.
I like
Too.
that.
Yeah,
it's
just
good.
go, go ahead, take your socks off. I want you to dance.
No, so you eat some
Yeah,
food
you eat,
and then
it's 3:30.
Record a couple of like YouTube Let's Plays. Like it's still 2013.
No way.
Yeah. Couple
At
of like
what
bespoke.
point do you watch a fucking movie?
in the morning when you felt
Because I've watched you play Cindy Nerdle, and I'm like, how are you doing that?
This is not a joke, but I wake up at like 5 in the morning
Yeah.
and I like go to the bathroom, get on the Peloton, and I just watch a movie on the bike.
Wow.
And then I'm off
my.
by like 7:30.
And are you going like, let's dip into the archive, let's watch, it's like an old thing I haven't seen that like
Sometimes,
some
yeah.
sort of like cultural touchstone that I haven't touched yet, or are you like Sinners just came out on torrent and I'm gonna get it and watch it?
I'm not tech savvy enough to get that working on my phone yet.
Wait,
Wait,
it's
you're
a
watching
phone-
you're watching on
phone
the Peloton,
stuff.
right? Peloton.
Well, you're starting to pull on the whole ball of wool. I think.
We're talking about jailbreaking Peloton.
So you're doing the class at the same time?
Well, the Peloton has, I don't know, like a 19-inch screen or something
Yeah.
like that, but they don't have like all the video streaming apps.
No.
So I put on like a scenic ride and then I watch it on my phone propped up on like this
Oh
little
my
table.
God.
I
There's
bought
like
on
Rome
Amazon.
behind it.
But then some days you get like a Netflix movie, so it's a treat because you get big screen. You never go for the
I
Netflix
would just
movie.
go straight on my phone.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Did you
That's
at least
awesome.
got like a folding phone, or I saw the green text that you sent me.
Dude, I have an Android,
Ooh,
yeah.
He's a cowboy.
And I'm watching all sorts of stuff where I'm like, I shouldn't be watching this at like 5 in the morning. Like I watch Green Room on Saturday.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
love
weird
Green Room.
5 a.m.er.
5:45 in the morning, the dude's getting sliced like
Yep.
straight up the belly. I watched like Train Spotting. Like
Yeah.
A terrible 5 a.m.er.
first half was kind of like a laugh riot.
Yeah, and then it gets sad.
Right after that, I was like, this is not a good
That
idea.
baby's not supposed to be there.
You know,
Yeah.
I was thinking this today in Requiem at the end. The guy who just ends up in jail has the best deal out of everyone because Jared Leto loses an arm,
Yeah.
and then Jennifer Connelly obviously has to go tip to tip like Michael Reeves and
Yeah.
Ludwig. But he's just in jail dealing with withdrawals.
Spoilers.
I always
I've
got
never
kind of
seen
mad
the
at
movie.
that.
Have you not seen it?
Is
You
it
wanted to
awesome?
do
when I
it.
get
It's
to-
exactly equal.
It's exactly the same.
It is heartwarming. You're gonna love it.
Yeah.
Watch it with Cutie.
I should watch.
You've never seen it?
That's evil. I've never seen. I've only listened to the song while grinding
Yeah,
speedruns.
it's tough. Will you watch like stuff you've already seen?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay.
Because you get in that cycle of like, I don't want to watch this. I don't want to watch this. You just want to find something like
I will
reliable.
I often rewatch movies that I'm comfortable like falling asleep during, or I'm like I can walk away in the middle of this. That's
Oh, yeah.
fine. Because I can't. I will stay up till 5 a.m. if it means finishing the movie. I can't go to sleep during a movie if I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, I'm with
really?
you.
No, I'm like
Huh.
I started it. I'm like I won't watch the rest
You're
later.
not finishing on the Peloton though.
Finishing the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Wait, you rip an entire movie and you Peloton the whole time.
Yeah.
It's 2-hour film. You're
Beast.
the Irishman.
So
You're finishing the Irishman.
Come on.
I probably wouldn't finish The Irishman, but if it's like a 2-hour movie, I would do the 90 minutes, and then like after my kid goes to school, I'll watch the 30
You
minutes
doing
before
90
this
on the
thing.
Peloton?
It's true, yeah.
Did it change your life? The Peloton has not always existed.
Yeah, that's true. I used to be like a lot fatter.
Do you have Peloton friends? Like, do you have people you keep?
we have like a Northernlion team that
Peloton.
This is like
rides.
Mango.
Yeah, it's like
Mango
Mango.
does the same thing.
Yeah.
As your therapist, you guys, I think we need to start the new year off right.
No, I don't want to start it off right.
This
I
thr-
hate my thruple.
Okay, you hate the throuple. You don't even provide anything.
Neither
all
of you
do
provide
is-
anything. All you do is spend my money.
It's my money.
Guys,
and I don't have a-
you're so disorganized. We need to start prioritizing. Okay, look. How much money do you guys think that you spend in unwanted subscriptions?
$400,000
Nothing.
a month.
0.
See, we've gone too far on both sides of the spectrum, and now you've made it hard for me, the therapist, to do the ad read. But it's actually a lot more than even that you said. It's actually 500,000, Ludwig.
Oh,
Because you spend it on subscriptions. Dude.
Well,
You
yeah.
spend it on TV
But
subscriptions.
did you know? And this is therapy. They teach you it in school. You can just download Rocket Money, and it just solves all your problems.
Well, that's great and all, but I can't keep track of what he's doing and cancel what he's doing. Okay, I just have one card. I'm one man.
Yeah, but you can all have your own Rocket Money accounts, and it'll tell you all your unwanted subscriptions.
Will it tell me if they're cheating on me?
Nope, doesn't do that. I could do that though. I'm the therapist.
Okay, are they cheating on me?
What if I pay him a subscription and not cheat on me?
Yes. No.
You whore.
Well, and it's not just you three. Over 74% of people have subscriptions that they didn't even know they had.
wow.
And they got rid of them. I was also one of these people. I'm a therapist, and I was subscribed to BetterHelp.
No.
I don't need that shit. I'm a therapist.
On God.
Wait, why don't you just do it for yourself?
I just do it in the mirror. I got a mirror.
Just
It was
can't
at
go
Target,
talk
like
to you.
$5. Way cheaper
Then you
than
can
that.
sell
like a
your
waste of
BetterHelp.
money.
No, I didn't need that at all.
I'm about to cancel these subscriptions like I'm going to cancel our marriage to
No,
each other.
don't.
The
We can
three
work
of
this
us.
out.
Rocket Money has over 5 million users, Aiden, and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions.
Interesting.
That's
saving
$1 million
members
per person.
saving members up to $740 a year when using all the apps.
How many marriages has it saved, I wonder?
Well, I'm hoping it saves one here today, boys. Are you down to sign up with me?
Well, where do you sign up? Even though I'm the therapist and I should know.
I would assume you go to rocketmoney.com/theyard, which is the name of your therapy site, and you
Wise.
use code THEYARD. So you go to rocketmoney.com/theyard, and you can cancel your unwanted subscriptions, reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money, and you can go to hell because I'm changing this throuple to a couple.
Rocket Money. It's like therapy for your money.
I love you. Say it back now. Did you hit a stinky 90 kg?
90. Well, I don't know what that is in. Here's one.
Are you pounds here?
The Canadian is asking the American to put it in pounds. Yeah.
200 pounds.
So yeah, I was probably like 220.
Wow.
Like right after my daughter was born. Like, so I was bulking and like lifting heavy in 2019, and then COVID happened, so I stopped going to the gym, and then
Whoa.
we had a kid.
With your kid, it's called a protective bulk.
Right. It's
It
a dad
happens in
bod.
nature.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Shield.
Wait, is that a real thing?
It's a shield bulk.
Yeah, you feel like you could take a bear for
In
at
case
least
you need to fight a
18 years.
gorilla.
But it's like a real thing in the animal kingdom,
Yeah,
except
okay.
for humans.
I feel like it's
Yeah.
a thing that humans say.
It happens to people because, who's going to let like half a quesadilla go to waste
Yeah.
when your kid decides they don't want
Yeah.
it anymore?
Yeah.
You got to eat for
When
them.
while we're back on the gorilla thing, do you think that I was going to ask this earlier? Does the human centipede, if there was 100 of them, does it change the argument?
There's 100 human centipedes?
100 people in a human centipede against the one gorilla. Like, can we wrap them like a boa constrictor?
Oh,
I guess those people are ready to die at any point
They're
anyway.
so weak and feeble.
Yeah.
What if they win, they get separated?
And then so they gotta want
They
it.
gotta want it.
Can you
I-
imagine
lose.
them like going up on their hind
Yeah, like
legs?
like the guys in Dark Souls, the Nito bone guys.
The guy in the front's the only guy who doesn't want to be there. Like, okay, no.
I like this. I don't know why we're doing this.
You think they're rising like a centipede? They're just falling back on each other.
No, because him or me is on the bottom, and our calves.
You
are
got
on
a
our
different type of
toes.
dude on the bottom.
If the guy on the bottom is strong enough, he can just start swinging the 99 around like it's Bowser. We've all come to the same conclusion, right? That the gorilla would win.
No,
No.
well, people are saying that we have endurance as humans, and the gorilla would tire out.
The
and
100,
You had 7 guys on his neck. Done.
the 100 men would
Easy.
win.
The gorilla would win.
The 100 men.
The problem is that this conversation, the ink has already dried on the T-shirts, and it's like it's gonna be by the time this comes out,
true.
we'll have solved it.
Someone had positioned the new question last night, which was 200 men versus a polar bear, and then I said polar bear.
Oh,
I
so you
still
believe
think
it's 200 guys?
Like, it's
Oh,
not
dude,
even
200
close.
guys like me.
They're
We're
toolless
fucking,
guys.
We're sucking it. We're
No,
putting it to bed, dude.
Yeah, no tools.
That polar bear's going
Polar
down.
bear wins.
I'm saying the humans got. Yeah. I'm with you.
Hear me out here, okay?
Okay.
You're gonna lose a few guys. That's
Oh,
a given.
100%.
Yeah.
So you got a few guys at the front distracting the polar bear,
Yeah.
and then like 20 guys straight into the side while
Yeah.
it's distracted. Once it's over,
Punching its ribs like Ludwig at a coffee shop.
exactly. If someone recognized you, and then once it gives up its back, it's over.
No disrespect, your punch doesn't even affect
Yeah,
a
I don't
polar
think it
bear.
has any impact.
But I think the point still stands that a true
They don't even feel it.
A couple true
They don't feel the
believers,
punch.
a couple true believers in the front, a couple guys like me in
You
the
got your
back.
Bretts, you got your Tylers. They're all on the front line. They're getting
You
absolute.
need your Kyles up there.
Kyle's up there as well.
Smashing a
Yeah.
monster energy.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
fucking.
Yeah. They're trying to take a bite out of the polar bear. They go first.
In the back, you got your Theos.
Polar bear is exhausted by then.
Yeah.
What was that?
It's one.
City
That
noise.
car sounded like it was above us.
yeah, was that?
Do you have
What are
those?
you guys
we
on
got
to?
flying cars here.
I was gonna ask you, your viewership these like now, it's just like it's so big. Does that change things for you, or you're just like, I'm the same dude?
I think it's exactly the same. I honestly think it's just like the librarian has taken these like rambling non sequiturs and processed them into like a more digestible form so that more people can actually like get exposed to it. And a certain percentage of them are like, wow, this actually isn't as annoying as I thought it would be. Maybe I'll give it a try.
What are your haters like? I asked Ludwig the other day. I was like, "Do you think Northernlion has haters?" And he's like on his phone. He's like, "Yes, of course he does." And I'm like, "Why? Why would they hate him? He's cool." He's like, they probably call him boring. I don't know.
Yeah, boring, or like he thinks he's better than other people. I give off like an air of smugness or like superiority.
Once you start knowing shit, people get
It's
mad
hard,
when you
they
start
get
knowing shit.
offended because like
they don't know shit.
I see it as like a character flaw that sometimes I use big words. I'm like, it would be better to use a smaller word.
This is a key
Milkshake
plot
vibes.
of Severance. Yeah, this is a
Milkshake
key plot
vibes.
point.
Right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Really?
On the bike, maybe I'll watch
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it's good. It's a slog. Don't do it on
Really?
a bike. No,
I'll tell you, Mark
What was
S
it?
eats
Fuck
it
you-
twice.
he eats it twice. That's an important plot
in
line.
the show.
So you're gonna want to hold on it. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Just,
It's like a human centipede thing.
kind of.
wish.
Okay.
Kind of.
But I was wondering because I will get sent because when you mention me, people will be like, Northernlion's talking about slime, and they want their dollies to kiss, pretty
Right.
much.
Yeah.
But it's always flattering, and it's always funny. But you talk about how my attitude towards, I guess, online culture, which is a very extreme way to deal with it, but it tends. I think that you tend to believe in my ethos, but you muzzle yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to have the courage to say some of the things you say in with the exact verbiage that you say them.
So you wish death on Colin and Samir.
I don't know.
I
the
did not
natural
wish
conclusion.
them- I wanted them to take a breathtaking paramotor trip
In
over
Northernlion's
the
words,
pyramids.
they should devour feculence and perhaps die on the way out.
You are truly turning 30 this year, if that's your bit.
I'm getting there.
Well, one thing that comes up a lot is like when I'm arguing with someone in chat, I'll read everything they've ever written
Yeah.
to get like a picture of their personality and
Yeah.
maybe like their weaknesses and their vulnerabilities and
Yes.
stuff.
They're never ready.
You
And-
scan their body.
Yeah, exactly. And then they tell you something like, "Oh, that's weird." They like concern troll you. They're like, "Are you okay?
Yeah.
That's not. You're sick." Like,
You must be insecure.
yeah.
It's like, no, I'm just fascinated.
Do you ever have a time where you remember vividly getting so owned by chat?
Yesterday, yeah, they went on strike, which is annoying.
So fucking
I
annoying.
just started
Oh my
typing
God.
like dots over and over.
No.
Yeah. So for like an hour,
For
I
what
just had
action?
to
What
send-
action did you do that?
Nothing. They just thought it'd be funny.
What a headache.
Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, now I'm on
And that's
YouTube."
why NL's anti-union.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop them from having the conversations amongst themselves. That's the
I
problem.
felt like I broke them because
You did?
after like first 10 minutes was a struggle, but after that I got into a groove and I was like,
Yeah.
I felt like I was hitting the QTEs. I was like segueing myself into new topics of conversation, and I was like, I could do this all day. I could
I don't
see
need
like
you guys.
the confidence was wavering. Like,
So does chat help a lot? Is like because when Ludwig shaved his head and did a trick shot to like be you as a bit, people were saying he just doesn't have the yap in him.
okay.
And do you think that? I mean, without the chat, is the yap really? Because you were doing that without the chat for years, right?
Yeah, I think because I made so many YouTube videos,
So many.
without like any chat to help. You just sort of develop the muscle, I guess.
Blood only had Dr. Battle. That's all you had.
Back in the day?
Then you could.
Yeah, well, I mean,
That's like your first chatter.
yeah, it's my very first chatter, my first subscriber. But I mean, like, I do think it's similar when you're a super small streamer because you are just talking, hoping someone will die
Sure, yeah.
in chat and no
I
one
think
does.
that's got to be hard.
Did
right?
you never have 0 viewers because you went from YouTube to Twitch?
Exactly.
Right.
I kind of started with a little bit of a push. I think on YouTube, you're like, no one could possibly see this and respond until it's out.
Yes.
But on Twitch, aren't you kind of just like, you're keeping like the lie alive.
Yeah, yeah.
Like-
You're like pretending people are watching and talking. No,
Yeah,
I remember the.
You're saying "Hey guys" before there's any guys.
Yeah.
Yes. Which you should do, right? Like ultimately, you shouldn't like act like the Canadian escalators where they don't move till someone steps on
Right,
it.
yeah.
And
All
then
right,
all of a
all right,
sudden-
guys.
It's environmentally friendly.
Guys, pull us up. What should I play?
Yeah.
It's like I set it to 4 hours, so just go ahead, take your time.
Yeah, that's what led to the. It's my most fond memory of getting destroyed in chat. Is I was talking, I was doing my thing, I was streaming, and I was playing Toontown. My chat, which was like 6 people, were like, play Toontown. So I did it.
Yeah.
Everyone left. I was down to like 11 viewers.
All of chat telling you to play a game that they immediately
Yeah.
Bailing is so
I
funny.
went from like 20 viewers to like 11 and 8, and I had 2 monitors, but they were spaced apart. So I was like playing here, and then I'd look over at chat, and I looked over like 2 times, and just nothing there,
Same
nothing
thing,
there.
yeah.
And then I go over, there's a new message, I read it, and it goes, "Stop looking over here, nobody's typing." And the next day I changed my monitor's positioning, so it'd be like a very sly,
Like a mini map instead.
Yeah, like I can see it now. And ever since then, I've had it like that.
That's sick. I got the one someone sent you a clip. I was playing Melee, which I haven't really played in a while, but it's like fucking 2 a.m. and I'm playing, and someone asked, "Do you think Queen Latifah could sleep you?" And I'm losing in Melee, so I'm instantly like, "Dude, shut the fuck up! Stop talking to me." And I thought about that clip a lot, and I was like, you know what? I should be answering questions like that. It's fine. It's fun to do that. I have chilled out immensely. And I just wanted to say that out loud.
It's true. He used to be a psychopath. We used to stream together. He would lean over me and ban someone from like 30 scrolls ago.
I'll never.
They were mean.
I think my favorite period of this was he used to stream Valorant all the time. And in Valorant rank games, when you held tab, you could see the ranks of all the people in the lobby.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
could see like your teammate, oh, my teammate's in gold, like your rank. So if somebody's watching and they're wondering what rank you are, they really just have to wait a few seconds for you to click tab, and then you could just check it out, right? But and people would ask all the time, and you would get annoyed. I would say maybe naturally so. It's like, why are you asking? Just wait. You can look. You don't need to ask me.
Yeah.
But then they took the ranks away, and we were like a week or 2 into this, but you're still streaming Valorant like normal, and you would still get super mad and ban those people.
Yeah.
Like unload. Just wait and look at the scoreboard, and these poor guys have no scoreboard to look at anymore.
if I turn on a video game and I stream it, and I think I'm in the mindset of I am just a guy playing a game to record it or whatever, now everyone is my enemy. It's like, you shouldn't even be here. But then if you're just like, no, it's okay if people watch you, then I don't freak out anymore.
Yeah.
So I've done that this whole year. So we're growing. You're on the Peloton. I'm on the mental Peloton.
I have a question, because you've been in the streaming mines for a long time,
Yeah.
and you've worked there for what? How much of your working life have you been in the mines?
Like 90%.
Okay.
Holy
I had a
shit.
few like normal jobs, but they were like pretty short.
Oh my
Summer
God.
jobs between like school years and stuff.
What'd you study?
Biology.
Ooh.
That's fair.
I have an English degree, which is the biology degree of words.
It's I think an English degree is better. Because a biology degree is like you can't really do anything.
It's
with
only
it.
funny because it's unusable.
Yeah, it's like it's like a fake practical degree.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't do anything.
Do you still remember shit about RNA?
I think it goes in the 3' to 5' direction, whatever the fuck that means.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
I don't even think that's right.
So you could have gone into
You sound good.
gone to do science.
Exactly.
I'm gonna need to see 3 to 5 primes in the chat right now, guys.
But I mean, now that you're, as far as streamers go, you're like on the older end. Do you think you're?
Dust comes out.
I mean, okay, if I'm being here's the
There's
reality.
that like
If I'm being-
88-year-old lady who plays Skyrim every day.
God bless her. God
I have a
bless her.
question. Do you know my dad?
if we're being honest, 36 isn't very old, right? Like if you have any normal job, if you're 36 at that job, you're not in like the older group of people usually.
Yeah.
So when you imagine what your job is going to be like, you're like, yeah, I'm going to be streaming and making YouTube videos 10 years from now, 20 years from now. Like, do you ever think about that part?
Yeah, it's very bizarre. Like maybe in 2015, I got paranoid that this was all like a bubble.
Yeah.
The whole industry. But also like my place within it. Because I'm like, there's no barrier to entry. Anybody could just be better.
Any young cocksucker with good hair and maybe
I got a lot
gap
of
in his teeth.
disadvantages.
I need to get smart, real smart.
I watch movies.
So like I went to night school to learn computer programming for like 3 years.
Oh wow.
And then I was like, at least if the streaming thing falls apart, I can pivot to that. And now I'm like, man, this is like the only industry that's dodged all these weird, like,
so
secular
recession-proof.
downturns. Yeah, it's not fair, but it's like it's crazy.
Yeah, COVID was like a bright spot for so many creators, and like just such a sore spot for every other industry.
Yeah, my grandma died, but the stream I was up.
Yeah, but I was in crazy shit on Warzone, bro. It was nuts.
Yeah, I think that's part of your charm, though. I don't know if you feel the same way, and I don't know if it's like intentional, but I think your healthy fear of it all falling made you quite normal, like to the point where I'd imagine most people would think you work like vaguely with computer.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
And not streamer. And like, I'm not. I don't think I can LARP well enough. I don't think I'd pass.
You could sell vapes if you wanted.
Maybe, but that would still like kind of an offshoot job. It's not such a normal life.
It wouldn't go over well in my daughter's school. If I was a vape salesman.
Did you know? So before the streaming thing, well, during it, me, Nick, and Ludwig lived together, and he worked as at a vape company as marketing?
Yeah, I was head of marketing.
Head of marketing, and they literally sold vapes that looked like iPod touches.
Yeah,
it was fucking
it's kind of
crazy.
sick.
It was iPod
were one step
Shuffle.
away.
But it had the circle.
So that kids could have it in
Yeah,
school.
and the suck bar was on the
But-
corner. It was insane.
It was
I'm
this
not kidding.
Chinese company. They were so out of touch because it was an iPod Shuffle in 2017.
Yeah, it was
It was
so
a
weird.
Fucking Shuffle. Never done an iPhone.
But they had hella colors.
But anyway, you live this very normal life, and that, I feel like, do you think about how that helps? I think the stream world, the stream side of it.
I think it helps to like get outside of your room and get like some lived experience. You can like farm some stories from outside and, you know.
This is real though.
I think it is real.
You
That's
farm
why
the
you were
IRL
friends with that
XP
guy.
and you bring it to your.
Because I think you have a limited amount of life experience, and I think stand-up comedians do this. It's like they tell it through stand-up, and everyone's like, "This is fucking awesome, I love it." And then they get super rich, and their new life fucking sucks.
Yeah,
and they're uninteresting and they're unrelatable.
Yes, because their new life is just being this fucking rich dude, and so where's the life experience? But like you still retain, fucking going to Costco or even coding, although ultimately you're probably not using it.
Not at all. No.
It might have helped like get world experience. So do you think of it as farming?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to be outside of the house anyway. Like, I got to take my daughter to stuff, but like when I'm there, I'm like kind of keeping an eye out for funny stuff.
If the kid falls down, I'm gonna.
It's changed how Nick operates. Nick, I feel like goes to some social gatherings, and I think he has his mind on the pod. Nick will go around and like where shit might be going down before he's like, I should get out of here. Now he's like, I'll stick around.
Well, now
See what happens.
sometimes he'll be like, I could really shake this waiter down.
Well, I bet you were like a little stoked at the CBSA interview. You were like, this is going to make for a great
I was
story
like,
later.
oh, dude, I'm dicing this guy's ankles up, dude. And the Patreon money's just going to flow.
And I'll say something crazy, twisty.
Yeah, and I was like, what is twisty? It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, twisty. I actually thought of it before I talked to him.
There is an element of like you don't want to like for a podcast format specifically. I think the angle that people enjoy about us is that we're just actually friends instead of like doing it for like money or something. I mean, obviously it's sick, but yeah. I have the advantage of being insane while I'm alone.
Yeah.
So I just get to come to these guys and say what I did this morning when I was like taking a dump and just going, and
then I talked to Jubbin's ghost.
I talked to Jubbin's ghost on the dump toilet.
And then if
it's like, it's
anybody
just real.
ever-
I'm not fucking making up. I'll just do this.
And then if anybody ever comes for his neck, it's like there's receipts. It's like you can find that Slime was doing this 8 years ago on the floor of a closet and
Yeah, true.
that he lived
Slime
in.
used to rent my closet.
Yeah.
He lived in it.
$100 a month. Crazy.
He charged you.
We were in college. I was in college.
200 was steep.
I was a grown man. No, it was a long closet I could lay down. This is true.
Stockholm syndrome.
It was a coffin-sized closet in our public hallway.
Okay.
Loved the closet.
And we were all broke, and it was a 4-bedroom with 6 people in it, and we were like, if you're gonna live here, you gotta pay rent. I don't care where you'll sleep, but you're paying rent. And he was like, well, I want the closet. So
Yeah, and the bathroom trash can was an arms race of a Cold War of not taking it out.
Yeah.
Right,
So
right.
I think it was like 8 months worth of like.
yeah, like
It was just slowly ants taking the garbage out.
Yeah, it was pressing it down, and it just became this like concrete brick of like trash from the bathroom.
Nutrition.
and that house laid the foundation for what the yard is.
Yeah, and
I
then
will
Lud would come over
say,
and show
like,
us
I
the
used the
things.
bathroom here, and I was like, yeah, there's like 4 dudes.
just working on this thing.
Damn,
in
we've
like a
been here
house
for
with-
like we've been here for like
the
10
first
hours.
thing we do, we get here, we're like, yeah, okay, toothpaste. We're gonna put
It
that
brought me
smear
back.
on the window.
Did you ever stay in like a terrible ghoul house like around college or in your early 20s?
Yeah. Like in college, the second house we lived in, we would get trashed in the basement. And then the only bathroom was on the second floor. So we'd get too lazy to go up. We'd open the back door and pee. Again, it's going to sound
from the
A good
basement.
slash.
from the
You
basement,
went
but
for a
there was
good
like
slash.
there was a
In
back
the
step.
well?
Not in the well.
No.
So
Sorry, go ahead.
it
Please.
after a long enough time peeing out the back door onto like this concrete slab.
You start to hear the water.
It's been a while since I thought about this. We noticed one day it started to leak back into the house.
Oh my God.
So like there had been so much urine that it had like eroded a tunnel, and then just the elevation brought it back into the
The
house.
slab's like on a moat. It's like floating.
And it's like, dude, and it's like beer piss, so you know it's like battery acid.
Yeah.
I heard it's
little
good.
rats and little boats. Good for the
How many guys was that?
Like 6 guys. 6 guys in a couple of years.
Put in work.
Oh my God, the
Yes, sir.
smell.
I realized that piss killed the plants in our house because we just didn't use the bathroom. It's funny because the way the setup was is like the screen door to go out in the backyard and then the bathroom right next to it. I'm not kidding. But we just went outside
Yeah,
instead.
well,
It's fun.
the bathroom on the
Oh, it didn't flush
the
sometimes.
downstairs. The only problem with it was that the chain was broken on the flapper, and just none of us like bothered to fix it. Like I knew very well how it worked, but the chain was broken. So you had a new chain. It wasn't just like a rehook thing.
Okay.
So I was like,
yeah.
well, I'm not going to Home Depot. So we just never fixed it. So we
I
just put a
was
sign
For
in the bathroom
years. For years.
for multiple years. we just put a sign on the bathroom that said like, "Do not use. Toilet doesn't work." But we'd host Smash tournaments at our house all the time, and people would just use it. So every once in a
how
while,
did you-
people would go, they'd use it, and then I had to get a bucket, fill it with water from the hose,
Which
get
is
the
so
dump
much
it in
more
the
effort
tank,
than going to Home
manual
Depot.
flush.
It's so much more effort.
yeah.
And I tricked myself into thinking I feel smart for knowing how to do that. I'm like, guys, I can
It's
fix
physics.
it. Yeah, don't worry.
It's simple.
Uh,
Yeah, and then but you know what? It was right next to the toilet, the sink. And let
Okay,
me tell you
yeah.
about our friend
Oh,
Miles.
no.
He used the sink a
yeah,
lot.
we were sink pissing.
We were sink
Australians.
pissing.
Yeah, we were sink pissing.
But yeah, we peed so much in the yard that it just was like a barren wasteland.
If you go to any of our bios on for the yard on social media, they all say don't piss on the good grass because our backyard had all these brown patches just from where people would piss.
Okay.
So all the
yeah.
dead grass was the pissing zones.
Yeah, but if you wanted to like throw oranges at the wall really hard, you would go to the good
invented
grass.
we invented fruit ball, which was
Fruit ball was
we
cool.
had a couple orange trees in the backyard, and you would a couple guys would stand shirtless on the wall, and then you take fruit and you'd throw it at them. You try to hit them with the fruit, and the fruit would explode on the wall. So it's really a win-win. You miss, the fruit explodes.
Right.
You hit them, they cry out in pain.
It's like the highlight episode.
It was-
of Jackass.
Yeah, like a degenerate top golf sort of
Yeah.
setup.
yeah, topless golf.
But now,
No
but you-
girls. No girls.
Well, that went without saying.
No, there's definitely never any girls. No, of course not.
So how long you been like normal pilled, like a lifestyle? No, how do I put it?
No marriage show.
You put that shit behind you, and
Yeah.
you know get in a relationship, and you become like an adult, and you have a family. But it's been like what 10 years or something.
Yeah, I was probably like 25 or 26.
What was the thing you saw that you were like, I want to be an internet creator? Do you remember?
I
Or
don't
like,
know.
what were you watching at the time?
There were like, I
Me at
mean,
the zoo.
I can't make that joke better.
It's a video.
I had to just leave it
It took
there.
so long to download.
I think like it was really like AVGN back
Yeah.
in the day. James Rolfe.
Yep. Watched a lot of him. There's an old clip of Aaron Hansen doing AVGN. He's like, "This game is such a diarrhea poopy ass butt," and it's like, but he's doing it out of love. He's not roasting him. He's explaining how other games guys were doing the exact thing, and he's like, "No one can do it like him," and it's just so true.
We need the angry gamers back, but like mad at the games.
Yeah, like
yeah, it's bad now.
Yeah, now they just want to like kill women.
Cut women's heads off, and then be like, also 2 pronouns, please, only.
What was
or
the
no pronouns?
What was
I guess.
the old angry video game video? Not angry video game there, but the Super Mario video where the guy hates the bloopers and he's fucking and he's from New Jersey and he's like the fucking
do some
bloopers.
push-ups. I know that one.
What was that shit called? That's an archaic angry video game video.
That went platinum in the dorm room.
Yeah, that was an unreal.
You were a
watch.
gamer in college?
A little bit. Yeah, we played. It's bizarre. We played Smash 64 all the time.
Oh yeah.
Skipped Melee.
Who'd you play?
Like,
Who'd you main?
In 64,
Yeah.
Falcon and DK.
Were you like Z
Honest, you're an
canceling? Were
honest
you
player.
good?
I don't know if I was Z canceling. We were pretty good.
Okay.
We got to the point we
Yeah,
started
okay.
to care.
Yeah, okay.
And you don't know if you were Z
Heard that story
canceling.
before.
Hey, we played Ultimate that one time. I think I put on a better show than you would have expected.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're probably a better gamer now than you were then, right?
No, not even close.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, that's all we did. We played Smash 64 and Rock Band. Like,
You mentioned
Nice.
18
earlier.
hours a
That
day.
You
rules.
mentioned earlier Xbox Live that you
Yeah.
could make fun of for your accent. What were you playing on Xbox Live?
A lot of Halo 2.
Okay.
A lot of Project Gotham Racing 2.
Whoa. Did you
Yeah.
ever play Gotham City Imposters?
No, I was out by that point.
Okay,
I was
that's
probably
fire.
playing like, I think I was probably making YouTube videos. Just crazy to think.
I was done with gaming. I started making videos about
Yeah.
gaming.
So what game are you best at in the world multiplayer? Aliens come down, you fight them. You get to pick the game.
Man, I don't know. That's tough. It's probably The Binding of Isaac. It'd be like the worst movie of all time.
Wait, how would you play Isaac? Like you'd have to just race them.
Yeah,
Or
race
what?
them or
People look at
One
pixels like
lost
it's The
run.
Godfather.
How many hours Isaac do you think you got? Lifetime.
like 4,000,
Okay.
4,500.
Yeah,
Damn.
Holy
And that's like
shit.
solo. Because I mean, when you play Smash, you got people, it's company.
What's crazier to me about that is that's 4,000 hours of like talking into a mic by yourself.
Yeah. I think it's done like irreparable damage.
Have you noticed a change in your voice over
Yeah,
time?
and so is my audience. So I
Whoa.
used
Yeah,
to be
early-
like,
So have I.
Yeah, his videos sound weird earlier.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
checks them out.
Really?
If I watch too much NL, I change how I talk for a bit, and
Really?
then
Wait, are
be
you
like,
talking about inflection or depth, like literal?
both. Yeah.
Is that from talking so much or from like just?
I don't
getting
know
older?
what happened.
It's got to be
honestly.
the strain on your vocal cords.
Yeah, I think
Because
that's
like
part of it too.
my voice sounds deeper than it did when I was 18.
Mm.
But I
I
guess
don't mean
from-
like strain. I mean like
Well, you hit
intonation.
puberty in 2023, so we're expecting
Yeah.
more voice changes to
Yeah,
come.
well, that's
and-
when I started getting my period. So and I started using my diva cup.
We found out that it burns a hole in the pants sometimes. That is crazy. It's
Don't say it. Don't say it.
I didn't know that. to
Also,
be
not
honest.
the part that he's being wrong about. The whole part was wrong.
what?
It said they said it discolors. the
Yeah,
shirt.
and they said they were
Not
lying
that it
about the
burns
hole.
whole like an
We
acid.
learned this from women yesterday. So it's
Yesterday
Well,
he just got
women
his
lie,
poll back
so-
from women.
We met a few women, so yes, we brought up their underwear. We asked them all sorts of questions.
why Isaac?
It honestly,
I mean,
it just
I
kind of
think
took.
it's awesome.
Yeah, like I started playing it and it got like some traction and I liked it, so I was like, I could do this for like.
Forget why Isaac. Why this shit now? I don't know if you do. You see the shit they post about you on X, the everything app.
No, I got off it when he did the salute.
Okay, because
Damn.
other people did it.
You're still on it, huh?
That's what I got on.
Every day.
Hell, how do you think I paid for blue?
Mike Carney, you got lucky this time. No, you come up. You come up in a Germa-esque way because and I saw a post the other day. It's like I was the most nonsensical math game.
Nubby's
And-
Number Factory?
No, like
was
what-
it like blueprints, math, like the dartboard or
yeah,
something?
and it was like a quote retweet with like a like an esoteric quote, and it's like NL will say shit like this while playing this game.
Oh,
And
I see like
Yeah, and it had like 20,000 likes or something.
Yeah.
But it did. I was sitting there. I was like, yeah, why? Where is this in your Discord or where you're stewing just the biggest dump of a game to play? Where is it coming from?
I just play what looks interesting, but I think like honestly, I just have like dark thoughts, and that's what leads to those kind of rants. Like I'm a twisted individual.
I saw your
You're like Nick.
I saw your tier list video where you ranked all the ways you can die via death penalty.
That was hard.
That was the best idea I've seen in a while. I was so jealous.
I thought I would tank it so easy, but after like an hour of like, well, would you rather like be crushed by a big rock or like lit on fire. Like I was really starting to have an emotional impact on me.
Yeah.
yeah.
You can feel it in your voice.
It felt bad. Like
just really thinking about it.
because I was
If you
trying to
look at
give
the
it an
stats of the
honest.
people who got electrocuted, a few million.
My God, we did
Do
this.
you play anything outside of work? Like, are you only playing video games now when it has something to do with Twitch or YouTube?
Yeah. I just don't have time, honestly. So like when like I finish recording YouTube videos, I pick up my daughter and then it's like parenting time until she goes to bed.
Yeah.
And then I go to bed like right after that.
Are
Is
you
she-
racing an iPad kid?
Nah,
Is she
not
gaming?
Not really.
Is she doing any gaming?
She's gaming a little bit.
Okay.
She's played a little Minecraft. She's played a little Animal Crossing.
Mm.
But she mostly, like in Minecraft, she just hands me the controller and tells me what to do.
Right.
But I don't know what I'm doing, so she just makes fun of me.
She knows her dad's a streamer.
I would
She
love
does,
to watch you
yeah.
play hardcore Minecraft.
What is hardcore Minecraft?
If you die, you reset.
Oh, okay.
And the
yeah.
objects to beat it. And it's I mean, it's probably the most mainstream shit you'd ever play. I feel like the most mainstream shit you do is like a jamboree.
Super
Yeah.
Mario?
Yeah.
He's a man in Jamboree.
Whoa.
It's
Yeah.
soft band in the house.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
Why,
what
you
is
don't
that?
like the,
What does
or
that
you like
mean?
the bongo game, so you don't want anyone else to play as DK?
Okay.
No, it's out of respect.
Why do you
Mario.
ban
Oh,
DK
okay.
and Jamboree?
No,
in
Mario,
Mario Party
Party.
4, the real Mario Party.
Oh.
Yeah.
But in Jamboree, in all Mario
Yeah.
parties.
Right.
It's a retired character.
Yeah, we had to retire. We had to put the jersey up like Kobe.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a long story.
I remember I was talking to Matt Man who does Isaac videos every day, and I was like, he's like, yeah, I love the game, and I make these videos, and he was telling me, he's like, when you left Isaac, when Northernlion left it left this like vacuum of people that still want to watch it.
Really?
And it was interesting because Matt gets like 100K views on every video, and he obviously loves the game, but he's like, yeah, no one else does this. He was the guy, and now everyone can be the guy because it's still generating that interest of a game, which is sick.
It's crazy it exists at all for that game or any game. Because it is like fundamentally one of the worst ways to make a YouTube video. Because it's like, it's very little editing, right? It's just like, it's basically just a live stream uploaded. But like it bangs. I feel like that's a
I mean, have you
Isaac
played
rarity.
it?
I have a confession.
You never played
I
Binding of Isaac?
haven't played it. I'm just saying it doesn't exist for many other games, I think, where you can do more of a let's play format.
I think roguelikes in general, you just get to play them all the time again.
is
over and
is that
over
problem
and
with
over
Hades?
And over and over.
I think it's a
no.
different time. Like in 2012, 2011, when Isaac came out, there was just like, YouTube was different.
Yeah.
People were like, oh, holy shit,
Yeah.
like a video on a video game.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Nowadays, like the standards are so much different.
It was kind of groundbreaking if the video game you were playing on YouTube just wasn't Call of Duty at
Yeah.
that time. Because Call of Duty YouTube was such a big
Yeah,
part
I didn't
of
know
the
what
platform.
past that. I didn't know what past Call of Duty.
Yeah.
He still doesn't know.
We put some mileage on the damn tube with those COD videos.
I think I in my head, Binding of Isaac and is the same as Super Meat Boy. Are they
Oh,
Okay,
it's the same,
are they different?
Yeah.
like guy who made the design of it.
Yeah.
So
Oh, it
aesthetically,
literally is the same guy?
Same designer, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's aesthetically the same.
It's
Uh,
I'm
different.
kind of
It did
closer than I thought it
gameplay-wise,
was.
Do you have a go-to game that's like you must play this game? This is my recommendation.
I think my favorite game of all time is Slay the Spire.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
so good.
It's just like, I think it's a perfectly made game.
Yeah.
And I'll like go away from it for like 2 years. Then I'll come back and play it all the way through again.
Oh my
And
God.
be like, okay, I'm done with it for another like 2 years.
Okay, can we get an NL list of recommendations then? Let's go to game. Let's go to movie.
Movie. Past few years, I think my favorite movie is probably Past Lives.
Okay,
I've
banger.
never seen
Celine Song.
Great movie.
Really good, really good.
Album.
Blood on the Tracks, Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan.
Taking it way back.
I've been listening
think
to a
it's
lot of Bob
stinky?
Dylan this
Such
year.
a hack.
He can't sing. He can write a song.
Thank you for saying it. Yeah.
I saw a Complete Unknown like a week ago, and the joke review I wanted to make is that it's like Forrest Gump with shittier music. 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
And then I guess one more video game. Not Slay the Spire.
Because you're trying to get one.
I just want to play one. My favorite game is Inscription. If Melee's not included.
Have you played Blueprints yet?
Everyone's recommending it
There
to
you
me.
go. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta play
okay.
it. Yeah, I've got so many DMs in the past like month, like play Blueprints. Play
Yeah,
Blueprints.
it's a little bit like Inscription for sure.
Ooh.
It opens up. Let's put it that way.
The first time I ever talked to Northernlion was I DM'd him because I got a full hard mode completion mark on Isaac, the
Yeah.
Isaac character. which is like the easiest one, many would argue. But I was like, hey, check out my passport. By the way, big fan. All my friends like you. And you were like, oh, that's sweet. Congrats on the passport.
And I meant it.
You did.
Yeah.
I think you did mean it. And yeah, it was sweet.
It's crazy. I keep having this like intrusive thought that at the end of this, you guys are gonna like pick me up and throw me
Oh
off.
yeah, you're
this
going
mountain.
on. Dude, yeah.
Well, level 99 crime boss will come out of
You know
that.
that scene in Wolf of Wall Street where they hang him over the edge?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be
We're
like
high up.
What's your greatest fears? Mine's heights.
Yeah.
Really? Wait, I hate this shit.
Yeah,
You
this
guys
is-
are so similar.
We are very
and,
similar.
like, your chairs don't swivel. Mine swivels.
I can't think about your swivelly chair, man.
feel a little loose there. Oh shit!
Hey.
And then like I know how they make these condos. Like I'm a little it's probably fine.
I have a question. And because
Please.
because you've been streaming a while and you're a parent now.
Yeah.
If your daughter's like 16 and
Yeah.
she's starting to make decisions about like college, future, she's like, Dad, I want to become a streamer.
I want to keep the family business.
I want to keep the
I want to
family
work
business
at the
going.
auto shop, Pop.
Yeah.
I would
What
like
do
to do
you-
Northernlion on weekends.
What do you say to that? Because so few streamers have kids. So few
Yeah.
people are at that stage.
I think that, well, I'm lucky that I don't have to think about it for like a decade at least, which is how I think about a lot of issues with parenting.
Not now.
Not now, honey. Daddy's gaming. I think I would be okay with it. I think that what I hope is that I think like reflexively, you kind of, when you're a teenager, you think whatever your parents are is uncool. So I harbor this desire that she'll be very conventional and do well in school and get like a stable job with career prospects. But if she wanted to stream, I think that I would be okay with it.
You do have some pointers, which is kind of sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be like, don't tolerate any bullshit in the chat from day one.
Yeah.
honey, you get to read the question they asked out loud.
Yeah, read it out loud. You can't just answer it.
and answer it. They don't have the context.
He's like,
so.
not Dad, I got it. That's sweet.
Yeah, family business. I'd be against it.
You
Yeah?
think so?
Yeah, I'd,
Tell
I'd be
your
like,
daughter
I'd be like
no?
a Disney Channel dad. I'd say no, daughter.
What about
You're not.
What if you had a son? Would it be different?
Yeah, he could do it. I'd be like, family business. Family business.
When did you first hear of Ludwig?
So honestly, I kind of blurs together. I think the first thing I ever saw was you setting the world record in one of the Mario Party games where you tap the button really fast.
Yeah.
Domination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't know who you were, so I was like, there's probably a clip of me saying, "Did you see that guy
Yeah.
setting the
Yeah.
world record?" And then it might have been the subathon. I think.
Yeah, I looked at my logs recently.
Or Schooled? We were on an episode of Schooled
Yeah,
together.
yeah, we were on an episode of Schooled. That was funny. I forgot about that. We were on an episode of Schooled.
You must have crushed that.
And
It was me and him,
uh-huh.
Destiny,
Yeah.
and
Different times.
Yeah.
Alinity and Pokemon.
It was
The
What?
four horsemen.
Wait, no.
And they still hang out to this day.
Were you part of Penis Gang?
I don't think I was there for Penis Gang.
Then
Oh.
I think I wasn't on yours.
You weren't on that one?
I was on one where we all had such a low score, we were tied. They did a tiebreaker, and we did the Hunger Games. We're gonna eat the blueberry, but the blueberry was drawing penises to get the stream banned. So you just draw more and more detailed penises until EE cheated and he broke Penis Gang,
Wait.
and then actually cheated.
Oh,
in the
wow.
grand finale.
I didn't know there was a
We
precursor.
let him get away with that.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Extra Emily got, I think, a huge. That was the flame he linked for Extra Emily to, fly as a phoenix.
That's what E's for.
No, but we had chatted then. But I don't know. I think you've I feel like you've been on an island. But who's okay? What is your fucking banner?
Yeah, what's the branding?
Well,
The
it's
Superline
mixed.
show.
Yeah. So I used to do. It was more styled as like a 3-hour-long variety show with like 3 segments. But we really just played 3 different games.
Yeah.
So we had like different guests that would come on.
And there was
if
like
they weren't
regulars.
busy. Yeah. We had like regular co-hosts and then some people that would come on. Once
And where
a
does
week.
Northernlion come from?
So I live in Canada.
Yeah.
And my name rhymes with lion.
That's
that's-
honestly was my exact guess. I'm not
Really?
kidding.
Yeah.
Simple
yeah.
stuff.
Beautiful.
And his logo means north in Japanese
He's right.
kanji.
No. In China. In Chinese.
I'm glad you're here.
In
to
Chinese.
hear- oh, wait, is it Chinese?
It's in Chinese.
It's both. It's both.
No, well, because the Japanese stole it.
Well,
And State
Yeah, they
Farm
did.
also believes that.
And State Farm stole from the Japanese.
Yeah, well, I was gonna ask you about where do you so you're tapped in and that's always impressive and funny, but like where do you if you're not on X, which is the everything app,
Yeah,
which is great,
it's all
just-
on there. So
No,
And
it's
banking,
even
so
though
they get
it
the
even
banking
has
stuff?
you, even though you're not there.
banking. Yeah, I mean, which is obviously very reasonable, but like where do you find? Because I was on Tumblr for years, and then Tumblr kind of died, but Tumblr kind of like helped shape my sense of humor in my 20s in terms of online intake. But where do you get now? How do you arrive at like things that you find and stay
you're a little
current?
Discord kid, aren't you?
Not really.
I feel like you're active in your own Discord, aren't you?
Like, what are you browsing?
I see screenshots.
I talk in the Peloton.
They're all screenshots from the Peloton channel.
I see the screenshots. It's the Peloton chat, and he's like, yeah, if you don't talking about Trick Shot Simulator. One of them was like, everyone's mad that he's playing it, and he's like, if you don't like what you see in the mirror, change what the mirror sees. Or something. It's like, this is the Peloton chat.
Send at 5:11 a.m. Well, who's taking the screenshots? That's what
I don't know. You
There's
have
a
them all.
narc. Yeah,
I got people.
Yeah.
They keep up. They
But
keep
yeah,
up
like,
with
what
other
are you
streamers.
browsing?
I'm on Reddit like when I'm in the bathroom,
Okay.
but I'm not logged in. Like I'm trying to stay off the grid,
Okay.
like out of the behest of the algorithm.
Do you fear the algorithm?
I do.
I think that I don't know. I like to. Yeah, I guess I do.
It's scary.
I think
it's scary.
you should fear the algorithm.
How so?
Well, the algorithm's curated to keep you there.
Yeah.
And it's going to keep you there without purpose.
But you're an agent of the algorithm.
I am an agent out there of the algorithm, and
So
I keep people there.
So
and
how
I,
do you reconcile that?
well, that's a good question, Northernlion.
That's how I felt. Anytime I'm, we were in the U.S. like a month and a half ago.
I heard of it.
didn't stop
And,
by.
Yeah. I violated the tenets of the trade war.
Nor check in.
And I just saw like I had almost like a breakdown watching like adults just look at their phone all day. And I heard that you did it at dinner, so I'm not trying to call you out
No, you're-
specifically, but like just all the spending time with their family, facing the phone, YouTube shorts, scroll. And I was like, man, I got to stop making content. Like I'm contributing to the downfall of society. And I was like sincere about it for like half an hour.
I had a really similar experience. I just told them on a couple episodes ago. I went to a popular bagel place in LA, and they were like swamped for like no reason. It was like a 50-minute wait for your bagel, and all the Uber Eats people were there waiting for their orders, and like zombies, like showing the phone to the to like the employee walking by, like I need my order, and they're just like ignoring them. And I saw that, and I was like, I don't like this system. The system of ordering food, and the person goes and they don't like. There's no hello, how is your day going on? Because now all the customers are not here to eat. They're here. And I was like, I'm deleting the app. So I deleted Uber Eats and DoorDash, and I got rid of them.
Yeah.
I haven't used them since. And I had that same moment of like, this is bad.
Sobering.
All this is bad.
Yeah, I had a bit of it today. I was on the plane and
With
the
your garbage bag.
Yeah.
with my garbage bag, and I'm looking through it. I'm looking at all the fun stuff.
When times were simpler.
Being someone else there.
Rich man. He bring his garbage bag on the plane.
saw
The
this
garbage bag
I saw this millionaire.
And the guy next to me is on his laptop, and he's trying to load like a video, and it won't load. And he goes, "Can you restart the Wi-Fi? It's too slow." I'm like, "Brother, you're on, yeah, you're
awesome.
on a plane." And it was the sweetest flight attendant I've ever seen. She goes, "Sure, I'll flick it on and off for you."
Nice.
She makes an announcement, and she just shuts it down. It turns off people's movies.
Wait, she actually
she
did it?
does it.
That's
she does
crazy.
it.
I thought she was gonna cap
That's
to him.
insane.
No, she's very sweet and accommodating. So she does it, and then she flicks it off and on. It comes back on after 5 minutes. She's like, still won't load. I'm like, brother, you're on a plane. Like, give it up here, right?
Sometimes the plane Wi-Fi just doesn't work.
And it's
And
okay. That's okay. It's okay for a few hours to not have the Wi-Fi. It's okay.
There's like I think like Ocean's 11. I rewatch all the time because I like it.
Now
And
you're talking.
He hands Saul the plane ticket, and he loses the dog track race. And it's like you can just buy a plane ticket in 2001 and hand it to a man, and he can go on a plane with it. And I'm like, that's fucking crazy. It's just gonna keep getting weirder as we see things like that. You know what I mean?
What are you most doomer about?
Like anti-intellectualism and like reduced attention spans and
like caused by content and stuff like that, or
well, it's tough because then I have to like demonize myself, which is hard.
Which is like scary thought. Don't
what
think
I
about
do
it.
is like obviously good and helping.
Yeah. The way I eat meat, it's like the animal would be impressed
because I'm like honoring the animal when I eat it. So
Well, you had this 30-minute, come to God moment, and then what happened?
well, then I just said mine are good. I'll just keep making the shorts.
Sure.
Because I got to outcompete the ones that are like.
Yeah, you
I mean,
gotta compete the rot.
How many times do you have to watch an Indian street food video where they're cooking the food in like sand or whatever? Have you seen the hot salts cooking or
the Turkish coffee?
They're
or the
taking
ice cream trick.
Yeah.
There's always a soap cutting video around the corner to enjoy, or a hoof shearing. Like,
Yeah. Now it's gonna be all AI videos.
I've been on like Taliban tourism shorts lately.
Really?
The last week.
Yeah,
I've been
talk
watching
about that.
people going to Afghanistan, like always men, I think, for understandable reasons.
the women take longer to edit.
It's weird how the creators are never women there. And it's like guys who decide to like visit Afghanistan right now under like Taliban control and just like show you what the country's like. And I've just been watching those. Just a bunch of shorts.
Just fucking living, like feeling good about it.
Yeah, there's a surprising amount of people that have been doing this. I mean, it's feel good and not feel good in the sense that I think there is a realistic thing to dispel about the country, like stigma of like not everything here is like as awful as you think it is, but also recognizing aspects of something like subjugation of women and like and seeing that in the videos as well, and like recognizing that is also very real.
So you watch that and then it flick up and then it's soap cutting.
Yeah.
I flick up and it's like an edited montage of Draymond Green beating somebody up. That's my algorithm right now. I'm flipping between Taliban and NBA YouTube shorts.
It does just feed. I remember we were doing this thing, this secret project with Ludwig, and it's been really fun. But we had to watch shorts, and I got on a fresh incognito YouTube account because I didn't want it to disrupt my algorithm. I like what it's giving.
But that's bad, man.
But like it gives
It's meant
me
to
good
keep you
shit.
there, bro.
It gives me bro.
Yeah, bro's cool, but you can search for bro, and you don't need them to give you bro.
Trust me, I like the old ways. I like Googling shit and not having some wrong guy who's a robot tell me the wrong thing. It's insane. I'm 35.
I very purposely, my old Call of Duty montage making YouTube account, whenever I log into it, it is only because I would like to watch a Call of Duty video because I have not ever just browsed YouTube while on it.
Dude,
so when I go back and log in, it's just like old montages on my front page.
It's sick,
like,
right?
Yeah, it's
You
like a
made a
time
museum
capsule.
of your
It's
algorithm.
kind of
Yeah.
mausoleum.
Yeah, and then I just
of
click
dead
back
shit.
to mine. Yeah.
Does this fear that you have, is this something you felt for a while and is pretty broad, or do you feel it's more contextualized or real through being a parent and you're like, it's specifically about my child and what they experience?
I think it does, but in like it's been affected by me being a dad, but actually in like the inverted way of what most people would expect. Like I'm not that concerned when I see like 7-year-olds watching brain rot because in my head I'm like they're 7. But when I see like a 65-year-old and they're just watching like pure garbage, I'm like, you're supposed to be
They have restraint.
smart. Yeah, like you're supposed to have like the guardrails on and know like I shouldn't be doing this. Isn't good for me.
But if a
Right.
7-year-old does it and they never stop, then it's like they're just running down that path, and then it becomes a groove.
right.
And then that's just second nature.
Well, I don't think it's good. Let's start there. But I'm like a 7-year-old. I think they're more like impulse driven.
Sure.
Like it reflects badly on the parents for sure. But when an adult, I'm like, you don't like have an excuse.
Yeah, this is the iPad kid.
I guess if I have a fear, it's not really short attention span. It's more like people being lost for like a meaning to life because they're not connecting to other people. They're more like, just interfacing it with the world through devices.
I think that's real. Like people are more lonely and they spend less time with each other. That's all real
I have
shit.
a tangential fear, AI related, where I recently used it for something. I rarely use it for anything, and I recently used it for a project of mine, and it was like a thing where I was like, oh, I was trying to learn how to code, and ChatGPT is very good at it. If you didn't know that, and And I found that it was a very addicting thing to tell it, hey, work on this. And then it would do it. And then I would use it and it would work or not work or whatever. But either way, I basically learned nothing in that process. And so I'm getting like all these iterations done of like, oh, I'm going to ask it to do something. And if it does it right, I'll include it. And then I'll move on to the next thing. Because it's like more addicting to do that than it is to like read through what it did and understand
You're like
it first.
guessing, checking a
and move
math
on.
problem.
And I worry about like the next generation of people who are forced to learn how to use it, missing out on like the iteration loops of actually learning something by like wanting an end goal, going through what it takes to receive that end goal, and then coming out with like a new skill set. And instead, it's just like learning how to prompt. And I worry about that a lot. I think it's going to end up in a place where people are like en masse, like much worse at things individually. If the internet were to shut off, we'd all not have our skill set anymore.
Could I actually give you guys a specific example? Something that I've been thinking about is, you know, the toilet thing we were talking about earlier, about how nobody wanted to
running
like
a train on that toilet,
running the train on the old toilet in the old house.
Oh yeah.
That I actually never got to see. But the example of like
stunk.
needing to go to Home Depot and get the chain to fix the problem, right? And it's something that just takes a little more time, is something that isn't instantly. There's no instant satisfaction, right?
Yeah.
But it ultimately would save you way more time down the road. The fear I think I have is like engaging with those types of basic problems. I feel like my attention span in the periods of time where it's at its worst, like if I'm consuming YouTube shorts or TikTok or whatever all the time and I'm in a slump, it makes those problems really hard to deal with.
Okay, well,
so if I spend a decade solving basic problems with ChatGPT and not learning anything because I can instantly get the feedback I need, all of a sudden I can't engage with the basic problem of fixing my toilet.
Counterpoint.
That's my fear.
You get ChatGPT to get Instacart chain, and then you get a workaway person.
Nick shows up,
and then you scroll more while they do it for you, man.
Like, do
Hey
you
guys,
guys
the future. The future.
If you're like texting like a loved one, do you do like the auto reply where it's like, you know, love you too?
Oh, never.
I'll be there at 8?
Never.
Okay.
never.
I'm not kidding. I will delete when I type in OMW.
Yeah.
And it goes on
I
my
hate
way.
that shit.
On my way, I will delete the auto one and sometimes retype it myself.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want a capital O, you
Yeah,
fucking
capital O.
weirdo.
What is this?
Exclamation point is filthy.
What am I, a senator?
What, I just meet her? She's my girlfriend.
I add autofills to my keyboard though.
I added one.
He uses swipe, so
I
he's
have
got
one.
a fucked
If I
up
type
brain.
the
I have a
word,
swipe keyboard.
if
yeah.
I type the word shrug on my phone, it does the shrug.
Mine
That's
does the guy.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if I do Q, it's a question mark or QQ. Sorry,
Oh, why?
I don't like hitting the fucking thing to go to
QQ?
the
That's
other
the
page.
cry face. QQ.
Yeah.
I'm crying.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't do,
old
I'm
school
crying.
gamer tech.
Guys, I'm too young. Too young.
It's like every time my mom texts me, I love you,
Mhm.
the robot tries to go like, love you too. And I'm like, I'll type it.
Getting a little too close.
Yeah, she's done enough. Like,
Robots getting a little comfortable.
It starts switching to "We love you."
You wake up one day, your phone, like Apple Intelligence or whatever on your phone, is like sending the text before you read your mom's. It's like, whoa.
We already handled this for you, Ryan. More time for shorts.
Yeah, I like the idea of like, it's so easy to look at the way we grew up and be like, oh, you just watch fucking SpongeBob or cartoons or movies or whatever. And it's like, it's the same slop thing for kids. But the fun comes from like, yeah, I watched Blade when I was 10. And this guy also watched Blade when he was 10. Or maybe he watched it when he was 20. Or maybe it's a fucking 6-year-old man who watched Blade. And you have that like connection of like, wasn't that crazy when he did that with the sword? And that's like what the real like element is of content, really, is just sharing it. But when you make like the slop, it's hard to say, did you see that slop earlier? It's like, I don't know, maybe it came across my algorithm.
No, isn't it no different than when you're watching Northernlion and he says, "Did you see FaZe Banks glaze
I
Netspend?"
you keep bringing me up, which is
I think it's
or
different.
Chicken Jockey.
It's
okay.
just like monoculture and like the sort of death of that and how we're handling that algorithmically, which isn't a new conversation, but it's not going away. And it's annoying. I hate it. As a 35-year-old, I'm like, ugh, you know,
Yeah.
that's all. And you create the slop.
No, as a
and you create the
29-year-old,
slop. We create the slop.
You ever think about the lives lost from watching your content?
I do.
Yeah.
I've thought about like if I'm gone for 3 minutes and there's a certain amount of viewers, I've multiplied it. It's like how many hours just wasted.
No, it's true.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Like if I'm like a AFK or if I like
you
answer
mean like
text or if I'm
human productive
eating.
hours?
Oh, wow.
Yes, yeah. Just like literal time.
How many people watched a chair, and how many minutes and hours did that add up?
Yeah.
collectively.
Yeah, you can just you can just figure it out. And it's always like tens of thousands of minutes and
Yeah.
hundreds of hours. Like, oh, okay.
Like if all these people watching me like went to science
I
class.
kind of like when the streamer gets up because it's on the other. It's deep in a tab on my second monitor, anyways. And then they come back and they're like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Whoa, I forgot you were there." I'm re-engaged.
Yeah. I assume Get Up is like they do something that I don't think they all sit there and go,
yeah.
he's probably gonna come back soon. But if like the stream's boring, I think about it.
I think there's a nobility. Do you think you're the king of the second monitor?
I don't think about myself like that.
Really?
I kind of think of myself like I just get
not
down there
necessarily
and
king,
turn.
but
Yeah.
like, am I a second monitor guy?
Yeah, I think
Sure,
so.
okay.
Do you like or dislike or feel apathetic towards the term comfort streamer?
Dislike.
Hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Or
Oh
when
my-
you know what's annoying?
Yeah.
let's really
Come on,
break it down.
let's talk
here.
shop
Please
here.
get into it.
When people are like, "Can you not be so loud sometimes?"
Yeah.
Can you like?
Yeah, I'm
'cause-
trying to fall asleep.
Like it's
Oh, God.
ASMR.
Yeah.
Bro, cyberbullying is not real. Close your laptop.
I used to be so much meaner. I used to put my gain up and yell.
Nice.
And then I was like, then other people would be like, well, I wasn't part of that interaction.
Now you're overreacting.
I have headphones. Yeah, no, I saw that. I was playing CS offline with Leslie last night, and someone came to her chat, and it was Tina. She's like my comfort streamer. I literally thought, I was like, man, I'd kill myself if someone came to my chat and said that. Just because it feels like.
Do you not feel like you've captured that audience though in a way, some portion of it?
Surely,
If
some people
if
feel
you're
that
a
way.
comfort streamer adjacent, then you end up becoming part of that. And like,
Is comfort streamer just like that's the one I default to if they're on?
Yeah, I think it's like this person's on. I open their stream. I put it on while I do my daily chores,
Yeah,
and it's in the background,
but-
and I'm vaguely listening.
Yeah, like,
I
not
think it
paying
also
attention.
implies
Yes.
low energy,
Dudes
right?
be like, Asmon Gold's my comfort streamer.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
But there's also an energy to it. Like maybe I don't think Kai Sanat can be a comfort streamer.
No.
because it's like very loud and activity.
Oh,
It's like
'cause-
there's an energy there.
Yes.
See.
And so I associate comfort streamer with like,
I feel like comfort and comfy streamer can be two different things.
Yeah. Okay.
sure, yeah.
You know, my comfy streamer is someone who's like more reserved and chill, and it's like a vibe and second monitor, whatever. Kai, you got to watch. Kai is terrible second monitor content.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Horrible. Because he's just like every once in a while screaming, and you don't know why.
Yeah, you need to look. You need to see what he's screaming. at.
He screams, and then you look away, and you look back, and there's like a horse and 3 guys in the background.
Yeah,
and
Kevin Hart's dancing.
This is a hard thread to follow.
He's thanking 1,500 gifted. Yeah. Like, okay,
It's
cool.
like watching
They put
Celebrity
Phantom-
Deathmatch with
Phantom
no
on a
video.
horse. Is that something that happened?
They did.
That
They
is-
put Phantom on
They
a
put
horse.
Phantom on a horse?
They done put Phantom on a horse.
God
Yeah.
damn. I already taxed the hay.
But I also hate when people will say like, "Don't eat into the mic," and
Oh,
then
don't-
someone
yeah.
else will come in and say, "Well, people have got to eat," and I'm like, "Well, you should both shut up."
Yeah.
Yes, right, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I weirdly get mad at people. I'm making like crusading for me
Mm.
rather than like I can do this.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like I'll be
Yeah,
okay.
you're the dork for defending me.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that guy kind of has a point. I am a cocksucker.
My favorite thing, right? I started uploading YouTube videos for like the first time since post Yard, and there's been my Elden Ring playthrough,
Mm.
and a lot of people will comment and say something like, "You are so bad at this game," and I've been replying to most of them and saying, "Do you have any tips?"
Oh, I like that.
And then they'll give me a tip, and I say, "Thank you, awesome tip," and they switch, and they immediately switch.
They just get the attention
Yeah.
and then it's
then-
over.
And I rub my hands together. I'm like, you
That's it? That's when
motherfucking
you
little
won?
bitch loser. You switched up. You switched up. You were a dick to me when you started this interaction.
But they win if you take the advice.
yeah, which I won't. I'm using the Fort Hatchet for the entire run.
You're heavy rolling.
I asked Ludwig way back when he started, and he kind of started getting steam, and I'd be like, "What are you doing? These people are fucking evil to you. Like, how do you deal with that? Because it just makes me instantly mad, even when it was to him, and I fucking hate him." And he said this thing. I don't know if you still believe it, but you're like, "Yeah, man, they just all want to be my friend." And
I said that shit?
Yeah, and then that's why they're being mean to me.
I think they all want attention, maybe more than friend, but I think they all want to be seen. Everyone
Sure.
wants to be heard.
Yeah, when Lud started
Which is a simple answer to a
when
simple
Lud started
question, I
popping
guess.
off, and we'd like every once in a while cameo in his streams and videos and stuff. I'll never forget it. A guy commented, he saw me on camera and he said, "That looks like if you put Clint Stevens in a washing machine." and in my head, I was like, "Yep, here we go."
Sometimes that broken clock, dude.
This is my life. This is where we're gonna go now.
But you don't get the right twice a day if you don't let them sing. You know.
You have to let them sing, and
You gotta
that's
let
what
them
I'm
sing.
learning. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times it sucks.
Dude, I have a chatter who is like 90% miss rate. And today, so the whole stream, he was like, "Can I tell you this joke about 12 angry men that I read online?" And I ignored it for 2.5 hours, right?
Is he spamming it?
Yeah,
His
like probably
question?
once every like 5 minutes.
Oh my god.
2.5 hours.
Because if he's that deep of a chatter, he knows when NL's looking at chat and he's
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
time it.
yeah.
This is,
And
this
really
is
quick-
me and Nate Shot's chat that one time, and then everybody started copy pasting my like, "Will you play Valorant?" message with me.
Do you have patience for that? They spam the same thing.
We're working together a
Okay.
little bit.
What was the joke?
Yeah,
So
get us there.
well, so he spammed that for 2.5 hours, and he saw that it wasn't getting the attention, and then I just out of nowhere he said, "Real quick before I send this dick pic, should I put it in a hot dog bun?" And then I said, "You know what? That's gold." And I said, "That's so good. Why don't you tell your 12 angry men joke?"
Yeah, he got in the door.
Yeah. And then he said, I heard they're making a remake of 12 Angry Men with an all-woman cast. It's called 12 Women. And I said, you know what? If you said it earlier, it wouldn't have gotten a good reaction. But now after the hot dog thing,
I'm imagining his dick in the hot dog bun while he says the joke now, and I'm like, "That's fired." Your whole vibe, I'm liking at the moment.
I want to know the guy who has the patience to spam that for 2.5 hours. What's he doing?
He's a hero.
I mean,
He's jobless. Well, that's another way to put that. Oh man.
Art is context.
We are at time, by the way.
Our time.
We are at time.
Okay.
Yeah. This is correct? Yeah. Well, Ryan, if I can, of the Northern Variety, thank you so much.
thank you. This is really cool, guys.
Appreciate you coming. How'd you feel?
Are you ever going to do a podcast?
I don't think so. I
you're
don't
a
know
little
what I would
chatty
talk
Cathy.
about.
What do you mean you don't know what you
You
talk
don't know what
about?
you
It would
What the
just,
fuck
it would
are you
just be
talking-
a stream.
Yeah, streamers should never do podcasts. That's my hottest take because you're already doing it, and it's more interesting.
It would
'cause
just
you're
be
playing
his
video games.
videos without slash marker in it.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like, thank you for thanking me, but like for context, you guys all came to Vancouver to film the podcast. I just showed up basically in the
but-
city in which I
But to
already
be,
live.
which I confirmed with him before, to be your first is an honor.
Yeah.
Oh, first pod?
First pod.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The podcast of champions.
Maji there.
we're his practice girl for all the other
Wow.
podcasts he does later on.
Rogan's next.
Is there anything
Tell us about Mike.
Is there anything you'd like to say? Anything you want to include or shout
Final
out
thoughts?
or do?
No, I don't think I got the hot dog bun thing out.
Yeah,
so
that's-
I think
yeah,
That
all
was
good.
probably it.
You're not doing this. I saw a comedy club down the street. You're not going to do a type 5 or anything anytime soon.
Because the thing is, as a streamer, you know the jokes are gonna land. If you got like a cold audience, you never know.
It's true.
You could bomb.
We do have one question. Ludwig usually asks it.
Oh yeah. What is it?
You always ask the question that we always
You
ask.
ask it most of the time.
Okay, yeah. We ask this question every guest.
Mm.
Be
Yeah.
remiss if we missed. Are you cut or uncut?
I'm cut.
Yeah.
My G.
Like a
Hi.
goddamn-
Welcome to the cut side.
Yeah.
there's
Well, that's
two
it
of
then.
us.
I'm out.
I'm
America.
America.
See you later.
GG boys. You were jumping around the street. You were literally jumping around like you ate sugar. What happened?
You guys were all mean to me and said I was being annoying. And so now I
That didn't
quieted
stop
down.
you. We said that for a
Yeah.
while, and you
Well,
kept
And then
doing
it didn't
it.
really do
It
anything.
wore me down. So now I'm how you want.
And
me.
Ludwig, how does that make you feel?
Not very good, I guess. Yeah. I had to wake up at 7.
Okay.
I went to bed at 2. And I had a boundless amount of energy. And all I wanted to do, because we ate dinner together, is to talk to my friends. But my friends wanted to talk to their phones.